Christianity, the seat of power is in danger. There's a foe of 1,000 souls. They've been abandoned by the Lord. The fall from grace will pave their path to damnation. They're the 189 in the service of heaven. They're protecting the holy line. It was 1527. Give their lives on the steps to heaven. Thy will be done. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, for the home of the holy, for the faith, for the way of the sword, give their lives so boldly. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, in the name of His glory, for the faith, for the way of the sword, come and tell the story again. On the guard of 42, along the secret avenue, the now Sant'Angelo is waiting. They're the gods of the Holy See, they're the gods of Christianity. The path through history is paved with salvation. They're the 189 in the service of heaven. They're protecting the holy line. It was 1527. Give their lives on the steps to heaven. Thy will be done. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, for the home of the holy, for the faith, for the way of the sword, give their lives so boldly. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, in the name of His glory, for the faith, for the way of the sword, come and tell the story again. No capitulation, annihilation, no commendation, reincarnation, heaven is your destination. Triumph of salvation, with dedication, no capitulation, annihilation, no commendation, reincarnation, heaven is your destination. In the name of God. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, for the home of the holy, for the faith, for the way of the sword, give their lives so boldly. For the grace, for the might of our Lord, in the name of His glory, for the faith, for the way of the sword, come and tell the story. Give their lives so boldly, come and tell the stressed out story again.
It's getting out of you, give me the window next to you. I'll make a copy from the notes that you leave around the room. I'll pour for two, then rinse it off me like the shadow of an undiscovered moon from miles away. That's getting closer every day. It's getting out of you, we'll clear the room, we'll clear the room. Punching all the lights out, life got me so stressed out. Nobody wants to talk to me, I wanna talk to you. Punching all the lights out, life got me so stressed out. Nobody wants to talk to me, I wanna talk to you. It's getting out of you, give me the window next to you. We'll grow a garden with the notes that you hum without a tune. I'll sing it too, then cast it off me like the bowels of an epigraphic tomb I read before, but I am certain to ignore. It's getting out of you, we'll see it through, we'll see it through. Punching all the lights out, life got me so stressed out. Nobody wants to talk to me, I wanna talk to you. Punching all the lights out, life got me so stressed out. Nobody wants to talk to me, I wanna talk to you. I wanna talk to you.
As Cool Anime Girls became a member, as Cool Anime Girls celebrates 10 months of membership.
Punching all the lights out, life got me me so stressed out. Nobody wants to talk to me. I wanna talk to you. Punching all the lights out. Life got me so stressed out. Nobody wants to talk to me. I wanna talk to you. I wanna talk to you.
I put the new 4G's on the G. I trap into the bloody bottoms is on the knee. Cause all my niggas got it out the street. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with a whole team. Now a nigga can't answer calls cause I'm hauling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, these niggas salty. All this designer on my body got me dripping. Straight up out the objects, I'm a big trip. If I got up on a lean, I'm a sip. I run the racks up with my queen, we running in dip. But I got rich on all these niggas, I didn't forget that. I had to go through the struggle, I didn't forget that. I'm on this side of the baby, then I want to sit back. These bitches know me now, cause I got them big racks. Cause we getting money now, I know you heard that. Young nigga on the corner, bitch, I had to serve crack. I'm gon' front me some peas, had to get him bird back. We came up on dirty money, I gave it a bird back. Cut off the rain, and I gave my bitch a new. Either you running y'all gang or you super. Got a new Orleans bitch, and man, that pussy voodoo. Ain't not a nigga now. I put the new 4G's on the G. I trap into the bloody bottoms is on the knee. Cause all my niggas got it out the street. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with a whole team. Now a nigga can't answer calls cause I'm hauling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, these niggas salty. I've been waking up to get the money, whoa, whoa. Got a bad bitch ass, daddy, whoa, whoa. Bitch to my toes, twins, I'm fucking a boat. I put it in new AP, just water like a boat. I was that bad on my dick, what was you niggas at? I know you turned your back on me just to get some wrecks. I see you swerve back, cause I'm in a black bag. New diamonds on me, fuck a flash, this ain't Snapchat. Cause I been getting paid. Yellow diamonds on me, look like lemonade. Got my baby mama, that new vintage. Tryna get a dojo like a sensei. Rolls Royce umbrellas when I'm in the rain. Bye, feelings. I got brothers that did the time, I ain't kidding. All these rappers just talk about it, I live. Going up, I ain't got no sky limit. Yeah. I trap into the bloody bottoms is on the knee. Cause all my niggas got it out the street. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with a whole team. Now a nigga can't answer calls cause I'm hauling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich, these niggas salty.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is another episode of Nerdy Live in the morning, the best morning show in commentary, because we're the only ones doing it because Chud cheats. Guys, you know what? Just for like a preamble before topics start conversation, I watched Diesel's live stream last night. I did. I watched it. And God damn it, man. Why do I know I've said this before, but why do people I like that I'm friendly with have to get themselves into some weird Discord dramas? Why? Why do people do this? Why? But happy Easter, everyone. It is the Easter Sunday show. We got Kevin Z, we got Cool Anime Girls, we got Jacob. How are we all doing today? I'm watching the VOD later today. Nice. But yeah, no worries. I do have topics to distract us from from the unfortunate event. No worries, chat. First off, I figured I would, you know what? Someone's got to do an ACC type story, right? And we got a new video from Toastify. The video is called Sleepy King, Twisting the Trauma. I'm disappointed in Fauci and Cloudy, from what I know from Beckett's coverage mostly, and what I've heard. Yo, we got Neon in chat. By the way, guys, make sure you hit that like button on the stream. Share it out if you can. Let's have some fun. Had to unsubscribe after learning what happened to KJ, Ash, and Q. Yeah, it's really unfortunate what happened. Really unfortunate.
In the world of online animation memes, one artist who you'd immediately recognize from his work was Sleepykin. Now known as Twisted Doctor, his sharp
Oh, it's Kin? Sleepy Kin? Oh, okay.
and expressive style once stood out like a beacon for his generation.
Sorry I couldn't raid you from Twitch. Oh, you're good, man. You good. Oh, wait, were you live streaming? No, you live streaming again? Let's fucking go.
Of artists. At his peak, he reached over 600,000 subscribers, and at the age of 16, had an adoring fanbase that followed him driving the community forward.
Oh no, something tells me this story does not end good. Something tells me this does not end good whatsoever.
But behind the popularity, things weren't exactly straightforward. Sleepyking's art and animations carried a darker, more complicated and controversial tone. The crass edginess would go on to define this era of the animation meme community, and it certainly fell really deep to the tween audience. But when it would reflect his own personality, it would start to attract serious scrutiny and criticism. Eventually, the tides began to shift. The spotlight gradually moved elsewhere, and the 16-year-old who had so much attention now had very little of it by 21. But the further he slipped out of the public eye, the easier it became for his secrets to remain hidden.
Oh boy. So Chav, you know this story already. No spoilers. No spoilers. But but what are the predictions? What are the predictions? Oh yeah, affiliation live stream LAO. 2018 it was April 1st and Easter Sunday. Oh, that's fucking cool, man. Damn call with Beckett and Diesel was just pathetic. Yeah, it really was. It really was.
One of the strangest coincidences in the animation meme community is that three of its most infamous figures, Cinnabear, Birdie, and Sleepykin, were all born
Oh god, the fucking unholy trinity right here. The fucking nightmare blunt rotation.
on the exact same day, September 22nd. Sleepykin, however, was the oldest of these three. Born and raised in Italy,
No, wait, you serious? All these fuckers were born. Oh my god, that's a biblical ass event. What, holy shit, all these fuckers were born the same day? Nah, that has to be a lie. That has to be a lie. No fucking way. All three of them were born the same fucking day, came into the same fucking community. And if I'm a betting man, probably were outed for the same fucking reason.
he co-started his first YouTube channel in February 2014, titled Lala and Skrill Creeper. Because of this, he would later gain the nickname Skrill. And like many creators who would later become controversial in the space, his early life was far from stable. In several posts over the years,
Well, shocker.
Skrill described growing up in a deeply troubled home environment. He claimed his mother behaved inappropriately towards him from a young age.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Later going as far as to label her a groomer. Alongside that, he described a generally chaotic family life, something that gradually pushed him further and further towards the internet. By around 14 years
no.
old, he was fully a part of the Sonic the Hedgehog fandom online. You can see this
This is how we know he's lost. This is how we know he's absolutely lost, is that he was in the Sonic fan community.
reflected in his old simplistic animations, which featured small stick figure projects or basic edits made using Windows Movie Maker and MS Paint. The style was rough, dated, and unmistakably amateur.
No, yeah, this gives me like 2008 vibes. You know, like 2008 Flash animation. Definitely get that kind of vibe from the dude.
In other words, it was a much more innocent
Anyone have the bingo card? Oh. Oh, I'm sure there's like an ACC bingo card thing somewhere, right? I'm sure there is.
beginning. Skrill's internet life would start to get him some friends, a few of them becoming relatively close to him. One of them was Sam, better known online as Prince Chain. Sam met Skrill through a Facebook page he ran that was dedicated to Italian Sonic fan characters.
Italian Sonic fan characters, okay.
As weird as that sounds, the archive still exists to this day. The two would soon connect and become close friends, and going forward, Prince Chain would become one of the most important people in Sleepykins' life. He was
You know, I kind of hate the I had a bad childhood shit in general. Plenty of people have had bad childhoods and they don't do shit like these freaks do. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, for example, like Toastify is like just giving the backstory. He's not justifying anything by giving the backstory. Psychologically, though, you could usually, if they had a bad childhood that involved any sort of like trauma such as this, they will usually repeat the behavior. I have an ACC bingo card. It's just it just says DGen on every space, but free. It still works. You'll still get a bingo every single time.
First, a longtime friend who started posting animations and artwork alongside Skrill, and later became a long-term partner. So the fact that Prince Chain was
That's lovely.
willing to do an interview with me helps a lot. According to Sam, Skrill later fell out with the co-owner of his first channel, who we can only assume is called Lala. This led him to create his own channel in November 2014, the one that would eventually become Sleepykin.
This is the origin. This is the real origin right here. This is where it all begins.
Sam stated that he felt Skrill always had a big dream of becoming famous on the internet, and despite not getting much attention on YouTube, his DeviantArt was doing amazingly. When Five Nights at Freddy's came out, Skrill became obsessed and shipped himself with Purple Guy.
Yeah, this is a clear sign of a healthy individual right here, right? Right? I mean, clearly the people who ship themselves with a fucking serial killer. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, totally, a total sign of mental maturity right there. Oh, no, I know he's given the backstory, and yeah, sexual trauma can cause people to be offenders later, but I don't know, I can't fully accept it as an excuse. No, yeah, that's totally fair.
Those FNAF fans really are imaginative. Later, his fan art of Mangle would do pretty well and feature in a number of AMVs. This dose of popularity got him and Prince Chain into a number of groups. The groups were mostly about drawing together or playing horror.
Oh, dude, they did it. They fucking made it.
RPGs. Throughout 2015, Sleepykin mostly focused on DeviantArt, and by the time he returned to YouTube in 2016, his art and animation skills had improved tenfold. The amateur style was gone, and in its place was something far more distinctive: sharp shapes, heavy shadows, and a darker overall tone. His characters felt more stylized, more dramatic, and far more polished than ever before. It took a few months for people to really notice his work, and once the growth started, it didn't really stop. By the end of the year, the Sleepykin channel was expanding rapidly. New viewers discovered a growing catalogue of animations, and many people viewed his work as leaps and bounds ahead of other creators in the space. Part of this came down to technique. While still pretty young, Sleepykin had a solid understanding of the animation tools he was using, particularly tweening, a method where the animation software automatically generates the frames between two key poses, creating smoother movement. While he definitely wasn't the first animator online to use this method, this was really good for a 15-year-old, and the results were impressive enough to stand out. For the much younger audience watching, the smooth motion felt almost revolutionary.
Dude, imagine that. You get fucked. Because if you look at like, what were they like consistently like almost 500,000 view videos, and granted they're like less than a minute long, but like that generates some revenue. Imagine making fucking money like that at 15.
And even then, they just love the animations. Combined with his now signature art style and the introduction of his flagship character Mystery Burns, Sleepykin was becoming recognizable.
Mystery Burns is his OC's name. I mean, I guess it's not the worst name for an OC I've ever heard, But Mystery Burns, goddamn.
He first started in 2016, he only had a few hundred subscribers. Yet only a year later, he was fast approaching the 100k mark. His videos were pulling in millions of views every month, and a sub-community of its own was rising up around him, filled with other fellow animators. Sleepykin's success was impossible to ignore, but as always, attention on the internet can be both a blessing and a curse, especially to a 15-year-old. And while fans love the characters that define—
And it sounds like he wasn't mentally well adjusted to begin with. So you give someone like that attention, and it's just a recipe for disaster.
this channel, almost nobody stopped to question where they actually came from. In May of 2017, a video titled The Sleepy King Rant was uploaded to YouTube by a small commentator named Stories. If that name sounds familiar, there's a reason for that. This is the same Stories who would later become infamous for accusing the commentator Spoctotech. A lot of people don't really—
more ACC drama. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, chat. There is never an excuse. There are understandable factors, but excuses for that kind of behavior is not acceptable. Yes, knowing the cause is good, but forgiveness is up to those involved.
really know, but this is where her career first began, with that vintage text-to-speech voice.
Sleepy King. They're an animator.
Oh my god, a fucking text-to-speech voice. Now people just use fucking AI voices. There's like a whole subsection, like mostly on TikTok, but like in YouTube Shorts as well. Or like there will be commentators or like I say anime content creators in quotations. Well, like they'll just like they'll do like the fucking AI voice, and it's so fucking annoying. It's like, use your own goddamn voice.
Whose animation style is founded on tweening. They have a large fan base. Cool. Their art leads me to believe that's the reason why many have fallen in love with their content. Trust me, I have too.
At first, the video seemed fairly harmless. The opening minute is mostly constructive criticism of Sleepykin's art style and animation techniques. Nothing particularly hostile, just the kind of feedback you might expect.
Yes, I, the text-to-speech YouTuber, know how to animate, so I will then criticize you for it. Yes. It all makes logical sense here.
In these spaces, but then the tone of the video shifts. At around 1 minute and 42 seconds, a title card appears on screen. And essay content. From there, Stories brings up a project called Nightmare. For those not in the know, Nightmare was a comic Sleepykin created in around 2015. It was long, over 90 pages, and followed a fictional version of him.
Dude, 90 pages? 90 pages? Dude, so fucking funny. I mean, hey, you know, if it's what they're passionate about, I guess, you know. Yes, and people just try to use it as an excuse to try and get out of trouble, and it's like, no, F off with that.
Himself transforming into his main character Mystery, an unstable serial killer who gradually destroys the friendships around him and hunts them down.
Oh, that's an interesting plot for a webcomic, I guess. Points for originality.
The comic constantly jumps between extremes. One page might present something serious and emotional, then the next suddenly switches to absurd comedy. Toward the end of the story, Mystery confronts his friend Alfred, before being interrupted by Alfred's love interest. He throws a sharp object at Mystery, which he barely flinches at, and begins walking towards him. He panics and screams that his virginity is only for Al. Everyone freezes. It's meant to be this funny record scratch moment because the guy assumed Mystery was about to essay him. In reality, he was simply
What the fuck? And he was making this at fucking 15? Why do these people like this? Why?
Simply planning to kill him. Mystery is portrayed as genuinely shocked that he would think he was capable of something like that, and the moment of confusion distracts him long enough for other characters to arrive and capture him. According to Prince Jane, Sleepy King thought Nightmare was going to be the next big thing. When he didn't get the attention he wanted, he emotionally shut down and got really mad. Over the next year, he would remake his comic into Re-Nightmare and create a whole animation series dedicated to it. Stories presents the original comic and the dark joke near the end as a really huge deal. My opinion, it's kind of a nothing burger. This is just a kid making an edgy joke. Even in this joke, the
No, yeah, it's a weird fucking edgy joke, you know? It's a weird one. I've known some dark people, but they were not this rough.
crime is being presented in a genuinely negative way, where the serial killer antagonist is like genuinely horrified and shocked that she would assume this. But the comic was only the beginning. When Nightmare was remade, the darker themes were pushed even further, changing how the story was viewed. Outside of the comic, Sleepy King would start to double down on this initially rejected essay angle to Mystery's character. Sleepy King fully engaged with these topics to his audience. In comment sections, he responded to questions about these themes in a joking or casual way. Other times, he would simply draw the acts being discussed and upload them directly to his
What's that? You're uncomfortable with the essay? Here, let me draw it. Let me just draw it. Will that solve it?
Tumblr page. Sleepy King later began drawing and shipping Mystery with members of his own
Morning, nerdy. Oh, hey, Killjoy. Hey, man, look, I hope you're doing okay, man. After everything, dude, it fucking sucks what's been going on behind the scenes and everything, man. I hope you're taking care.
own fictional family. In other drawings, Mystery was depicted as a pedophile. Listen, I know it's art is
Dude, this is all from a fucking 15-year-old. Jesus. Was their parents not in the room? Did their parents not give a fuck?
meant to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed, but this is a lot. We are pretty far from the whole, oh, it's just a kid making an edgy joke. Whenever people raise concerns about the nature of the content being posted, Sleepy King typically defended himself with the same argument. The characters were fictional, they weren't affecting anyone, and he was just a hobbyist, not a professional animator working for a company.
You said we can draw not safe for work of Alfred, but you mentioned he's asexual, right? Wouldn't that mean he wouldn't like it, or am I stupid? Yeah, for some may find it disgusting or wrong, but it's just fictional characters. Him getting some will not hurt actual people. Oh god, we got a mini chibi reviews right here.
But once stories collected everything in one video, and that very video started circulating, Sleepy King
in the best commentary show in the morning, because it's the only one in the morning, because Chud cheats. Exactly. I'm good, thanks y'all for all the love, lol. I persist they made, lol. Wait, am I reading that right? I'm good, y'all, thanks for all the love, lol. I persist they made, lol. So to be fair, nerdy, the parents probably didn't see this. I wrote fanfic, and my parents really didn't read them, though they knew I wrote. So, oh yeah, so what you're saying is they know he draws, but they don't know what he draws? Is that what you're saying? And even if he shows them drawings, it's probably not of the not safe for work stuff. I don't know, man. Dude. God, first off, if I have a kid, I'm probably not gonna get them like a tablet. Mold. Oh, why did I read it as made? My bad. Why did I read it as made? I need to get new glasses. Goddamn.
King's go-to explanation wasn't enough for many people, and the reaction was
I'm reading the chat on my phone. I'll use that as the excuse. I'm reading the chat on my phone.
Deeply divided. Some viewers believed his tone towards these disturbing themes was normalizing them for a younger audience. Others defended him.
No, it is so weird when you come across this stuff. Cause what? What's her face? Cinny Bear was what, like 13 when she started making like her semi-sexual content, right? It's just so weird that like these minors can operate YouTube channels that, or like have platforms that feature this type of art, and like no one does anything about it for the longest time. It stays under the radar, and the community that knows about it doesn't do anything about it, you know? Seethe, John, seethe. Nerdy Bean Beckett. Nerdy Bean Beckett time, lol.
Arguing that it was simply edgy fiction and shouldn't be taken so seriously.
I have no idea. I just know of her from Jaristic? Is that what you're trying to say?
Eventually, the debate escalated into a full-blown campaign. Hashtag Save Sleepykin. It started after one of Sleepykin's map videos.
Wait. Hashtag slave Sleepykin? Okay.
No, not those kinds of maps, these kinds of maps, were suddenly taken down by YouTube. From what I can discern and assume, because I don't have a lot of sources here, most of the videos are taken down, so I kind of have to guess, it seems like these takedowns were a mix of YouTube stepping in themselves, and also critics false flagging him. This got to such a point that Sleepykin couldn't even upload videos. This issue,
I want to say I feel bad, but if you're a minor and you're uploading inappropriate content, you know, the platform does kind of have to step in. Keep in mind, I'm not saying any of this is okay or should be somewhat kept an eye on internet usage, but even if he didn't upload, he probably would have still been drawing that stuff. I mean, yeah, usually. The validation they get online is still like the validation online is like an extra oomph to it, you know, because he gets validation from people with the same disturbing mindset.
was eventually resolved, but it became a major reality check. Up until that point, Sleepykin had kept responding, apologizing, but also denying that he did anything wrong, which only fueled more outrage against him. And as the drama spread further, it began affecting him personally. In a comment under Stories' video, Sleepykin asked her to take the video down, explaining that the backlash had begun spilling into his real life. Today, even my sister's friend came in our house and then said, "I watched a video, and it says you do jokes." My mom heard that, and if it wasn't for me telling her it was just a joke video, I would have gotten in an even more up situation, and I'm really upset.
Mama. Ma'am, it was just a joke, ma'am. It was just a joke. The only way the parents would probably have known if they had looked at literally everything the kid does, even then it could be difficult. Oh, absolutely. I'm just trying to give grace to the parents because it can be hard, especially if they both work. Is this just re-uploading other people's content? Wait, is this just uploading other people's content? What do you mean? I'm giving commentary. What the fuck do you mean just uploading other people's content? The fuck you mean? Does it look like I'm uploading other people's content? Please like the stream. Yes. W Neon.
Shortly after this, Sleepykin announced that Re-Nightmare would be placed on indefinite hiatus, whilst he reworked the ideas. We never got that next episode, bar a joke remake in 2024. For years afterwards, Skrill would repeatedly ask to stop re-uploading the comic online. The nightmare drama of
Guys, please don't upload my cringy comic. Please don't do that.
2017 and the subsequent dogpiling would apparently serve as a main source of trauma for Sleepykin, one that he would bring up later on at numerous times. Pretty much immediately, Sleepykin's belief that his comics, animations, and NSFW art weren't affecting anyone was thrown in the trash, as a fledgling fan of his showed how far that belief would be taken. Birdie, a young rising animator who was around
Birdie! Oh my fucking god. Y'all know who this is. Fucking hell.
Sleepykin's subscriber count had just come out of a pretty high-profile controversy, when his obsession with another animator, Kitty Dog, clashed with some of Kitty Dog's most vocal fangirls. Birdie posted an animation of him killing them all. The video became infamous for its cringe level or whatever, but at its deeper core, it highlighted a
Could you put the YouTube channel that you're watching in the pinned comments? It's Toastify. You look up Toastify, right there. Toastify. Makes great videos. Go subscribe to him.
Sort of parasocial obsession Birdie was dealing with. That very obsession would again be brought to the forefront when he moved over to Sleepykin. Using a Google Plus account, Birdie would draw and post.
Yo, does anybody remember Google Plus? The ferret did not consent. No. The poor ferret did not consent indeed.
NSFW art of himself with Sleepy King's character Mystery. Some of these sexualized the very themes that Sleepy King had faced huge backlash over. This account was incredibly obscure, only 2 people knew it existed, Birdie and his partner at the time, Fontic.
To fucking Birdie is a very fucking disturbed individual, man. Very fucking disturbed individual. The ferret did not consent. Oh, the short's live, you can't see the name. Oh, shoot. Dang. Join the regular live stream.
But eventually, that secret didn't hold, and Fontic leaked the Google Plus link. That soon reached Prince Chain and then Sleepykin. Both of them strongly condemned it, although Sleepy King's statement sounds like he's a lot more concerned about his image. Either way, these pictures became a fully public attraction. Sleepy King would later befriend Birdie and feature him on some live stream.
Oh, that's unhealthy. Hey, here's this person who made not safe for work art of my characters. I'm sure that's not going to lead to anything weird.
Even though the main drama surrounding Sleepykin began cooling down around August 2017, the effects of it lingered for months afterward. Finally, in December 2017, Sleepykin posted a public statement on DeviantArt. It was the first time he formally addressed the entire controversy. So what happened? To sum it up, I've been doing some bad stuff in the past, and before saying anything else, I regret it, okay?
Hey, cool anime girls, does this sound like someone else? Does this sound like someone's statement from the other day?
I'm deeply disgusted.
I did some bad things. I regret it, okay? So what happened? Sum it up. I've been doing some bad things in the past, and before I say anything, I regret it.
From myself, and I definitely stopped doing it.
Grumble, gotta do the job. Gotta do the job as a mod and post the link. Grumble.
I used to joke on and even draw it. Luckily, everything is fictional. Even my past self would despise real related things. And circa 7 months ago, a YouTube ranter, who was pretty small at the time, decided to bring it up. Now, they got slightly popular because of this, and they're now enjoying having a public. And somehow
Now they enjoy having a public.
how I'm glad I opened a door for them. The rant blew up, and since it blew up, people realized I did something terrible. And for some reason, everyone started ranting on me. Everyone's saying the same exact thing. At first I started reacting in the wrong way, and I'm sorry about it, but every single comment I got was against me. I understand why. And that was stressful to the point the only thing I felt was guilt and rage. However, I kept apologizing.
He felt the rage within, okay? It's just beneath the skin. He must confess that he feels like a monster.
But still denying that what I was doing was wrong, and so kept doing it. Then one day, around 5 months ago, I had enough. I realized
You know I gotta grumble and complain when I have to do any work, nerdy.
I was the messed up one and decided I'd work on it. For some reason, it was really hard for me. For some reason, I felt affectionate to what I used to draw, but that turned out to be the best decision. I realized it was wrong and decided to stop. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm deeply sorry to the ones I made upset, and I will never be able to thank enough to the ones that forgave me anyways. Love you guys.
So, that's like the first section. Let's see how he messes this up further, because you can just excuse this as like, hey, it's weird behavior, but he was a teenager. I'm sure when he's an adult, he won't do any other weird things ever again, right? I mean, surely it can't get worse. Yo, hey, Blue Jay, how you doing? Blue nerdy made me work. I had to do hard work by finding Toastify's link and posting it. All right, gotta leave. Bye, nerdy. Bye. What's your name, Brad? Have a good one.
Despite its controversy, Sleepy King's rise in the animation meme community didn't slow down. If anything, it accelerated.
He made me work hard. I'll work you to the bone. I'll work you to the goddamn bone.
Like many animators during 2018, his channel was pulling in massive views and a rapidly growing subscriber count. But alongside this success came a fiercely loyal fanbase. Sleepy King had started earlier than many other animators, and in some sense laid some of the groundwork for them. His early establishment meant a lot of his long-term viewers were especially dedicated, and in some cases that dedication turned into something more aggressive. Fans would regularly accuse other animators of copying Sleepy King's work, sometimes.
Oh, that's lovely. Do we know the faithful sheriff situation?
For little more than having a vaguely similar animation style. Sleepy King himself occasionally called them out, and once he did, his fanbase followed. Smaller.
Oh my god, dude. You calling out other people who are inspired by your stuff? I mean, that's kind of cringe. I'm the only one who's allowed to do this. Me.
Creators suddenly found themselves dealing with waves of harassment from viewers defending Sleepy King. Even people close to him weren't immune. According to Prince Jane, Sleepy King's own partner at the time, fans repeatedly targeted him with harassment, death threats, doxing attempts, and entire accounts dedicated to spreading hate. Sleepy King's responses to this harassment of his partner were,
time to get in the Google Doc, ready? That's right, try to cancel me. You won't be able to.
Minimal. Whilst he did occasionally tell fans to calm down, his statements didn't seem like real attempts to stop the behavior. After briefly stepping away from the internet following his earlier controversies, Sleepy King eventually fully returned in early 2018. But as he came back, his art had changed, noticeably. The show.
Oh, okay. Did he improve the art? Because as an art, artists evolve their art style as time goes on,
Sharp shapes that had once been a fun feature were now far more exaggerated, almost becoming the defining detail of his characters. The jagged edges weren't just accents anymore, they were the characters themselves. Safe to say the redesign didn't go over too well with his audience. In fact, it sparked another wave of debate inside his own fanbase, eventually leading Sleepy King to publicly address the change.
Who fucking cares? Who cares? What? We'll start Don't worry, we'll start with assuming a woman's age in 2026. Oh no, I'm fucked. Shit, I'm canceled now.
In a video titled Same Face Syndrome, he explained the reasoning behind it. According to him, many of his earlier drawings suffered from exactly that. Characters with identical facial structures that looked almost interchangeable. In the video, he encouraged other artists to experiment more with character design, even letting them use his own redesign.
Also wanting to cancel a small time woman content creator named K-Huck. And I will cancel K-Huck someday. That will happen, okay?
Examples of how to avoid the problem. This isn't the first time same face syndrome had been discussed online, but this video in particular would spark a sort of online mass hysteria among young artists trying to avoid it. This creates an absurd scenario where Sleepy King urges artists to avoid same face syndrome and base their redesigns on his work. The artists that do it then get harassed for copying Sleepy King, and the artists that don't follow get criticized for having same face syndrome. It's like a lose-lose situation. Now, disclaimer, I cannot draw to save my life. But from an outside look, it is worth noting that although Sleepy King's new character art style shows them with different faces, they do still have the same kind of bodies. I'm not saying Sleepy King's old work was peak art, hang it in the Louvre. Change in general is not a bad thing. Art styles evolve, and if Sleepy King had stayed exactly the same as he was in 2017, it's possible his work would have quickly felt outdated.
Yeah, I don't have much to add here. I'm not an artist. I'm just a guy with a microphone. I don't have much to add here. Are you... Hi, Blue. Hi, Purple. Are you joining our Google Doc on canceling Nerdy for overworking his mods?
But what I am saying is that it does feel like the personalities of the characters have become lost. Outside of that drama, and a certain CineBear03 drawing wild conclusions from his video, Sleepy King's reputation within the animation meme community remained relatively strong. Many younger artists still respected him, both for his experience and the technical quality of his work. He also collaborated with Spoctotech and PK Russell, two of the most critical people adjacent to the animation meme community. Whether he intended to or not, these collaborations definitely smoothed things over. By 2019, his channel passed a major milestone, 500,000 subscribers. Some of the videos he uploaded during this period are still among his most viewed to this day.
Are you that one guy from YouTube?
The guy from you what? Oh, yeah, that's exactly me, Dr. Mystery.
What are you doing here?
Either studying herpetology or just chilling. It's up to you, Sugary Boo. Do you want to make an animation meme?
This is cringe. This is cringe. Can we get can we get a one in the chat for fucking cringe? Can we get ones in the chat for fucking cringe? Because this is no, this is like a bad nostalgia critic skit.
Yes, I do. What's your point?
Hee-hoo! Knew it. During all this time I looked at you going around asking humans for information, but I yet catch you taking lessons from animation themselves.
But by early 2020, the animation meme trend itself was beginning to fade. The genre that had launched so many creators, including Sleepy King, was slowly running out of steam. For the first time, many of these young animators had to seriously answer the question, what comes next? Sleepy King's answer was a video game. The idea had started forming as early as 2019.
Yo, hashtag gamer? He's a hashtag gamer, chat?
But by 2020, he began focusing heavily on a psychological horror visual novel called Doll Eye.
Oh, and oh god, we got RPG Maker games. That's
A lot of his own characters would be major features in the game itself. The game was, by all intents and purposes, an extension of the channel. Around this time, Sleepy King also rebranded. The name Sleepy King seemed to carry a lot of baggage from earlier controversies, so he began going by a new name, Twisted Doctor. Doll Eye wasn't just another side project, it was intended to be a serious production developed alongside a small team of close friends under a group called Dreamsteed. Over the next few years, Skrill began really focusing on independent game development over animation memes, but the community he was leaving behind still had some echoes. By late 2020, Birdie had already been involved in several controversies and largely faded from content creation, instead spending most of their time in Discord hug boxes. But around June,
sounds about right. Sounds about hashtag fake gamer. We'll see.
Birdie began posting artwork referencing Sleepy King again, after years of peace between the two. Some drawings depicted Skrill as different characters, whilst others hinted at personal rumors, including an odd claim that Skrill was into piss. Sleepy King attempted to reach out privately in
I wouldn't be shocked from what we've seen from the ACC, that I wouldn't be shocked, honestly.
hopes of settling whatever issue was happening, but Birdie refused to talk. At the same time, he was reworking his Torturing Birdie comic, which introduced a new character named King Drowsy. No prizes for guessing who that's named after. As tensions escalated, Birdie began posting more direct criticisms of Sleepykin. Eventually, Skrill responded publicly, asking people to simply move on and leave the past behind. Birdie's community reacted.
Why can't people be normal? Listen, you're asking for a lot, cool anime girls. You're asking a lot for these mentally ill artists to be normal. I still never want to sneeze again. Oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me.
With mockery, treating the response as something to laugh at rather than resolve. Screenshots of these conversations eventually reached Sleepykin, prompting him to release a longer statement. In it, he said he wanted to stay out of drama entirely, clarified that he and Birdie hadn't spoken in nearly 2 years, and denied several of the rumors being spread about him. He also acknowledged that whilst King Drowsy wasn't entirely based on him, the name choice made the reference difficult to ignore. A day later, a Discord group chat was made with Birdie, Sleepyking, Cinebear, Birdie's partner Julian, and 2 anonymous people.
Oh, lovely. I'm sure this was a productive call, a productive conversation between, let's see, at least 2/3 of the call are mentally ill. And if I'm a betting man, I'm guessing those two other anonymous people are probably mentally ill as well.
People. In this chat, Birdie lays out his issues. He'd grown out of his style of content and felt hurt because they used to be friends, but he was just ignored one day. There were also a ton of
Oh my god, he left you on red one day and Birdie was like, nah, it's time to go scorched earth.
secondary issues, such as annoyance at how Birdie and his partner were being presented, and the overassumption that Birdie's King Drowsy character was meant to represent drama, rather than it just not being that serious. Birdie also points out how he doesn't like Sleepy King because his abuser was inspired by his humor and aesthetic. Sleepy King sent an understanding response, saying,
Wait. You don't like Sleepy King. Sleepy Kin. You don't like Sleepy Kin because the person who abused you was inspired by Sleepy Kin's art. How is that Sleepy Kin's fault? How is that their fault? What? I'm so like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm laughing at something horrific. But like, that's not Sleepy King's fault that like your abuser was inspired by him in terms of artwork. That's not his fault.
that he felt King Drowsy may be read differently, and apologized if he came off in any negative way when they last talked. He was pretty busy, so he didn't really have much time to talk. Rather than an actual issue, it seems Birdie's personal grievances had spun out of control into an actual confrontation. It's hard to side with him when he started throwing punches for personal reasons, then cried about only being viewed as drama. It's like, bro, you started this. Like, I don't know what to say.
You threw the first punch, my guy.
You can see the differences in maturity from how the chat ended. Birdie sent a Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo fanfic to Sleepy King to read as some sort of weird joke, and Sleepy King just left the group. By October, Birdie publicly stated there was no kind of situation between them. Then, in March 2021, another major change happened. Sleepy King and his long-term partner Prince Chain broke up. To the public, the breakup—
Oh my god. F in the chat. The furries broke up.
seemed sudden and confusing, and even today, the full details remain unclear. This is mostly due to Italian law, which illegalizes leaking private conversations without the consent of the other party. Over time, Prince Chain has hinted at allegations of abuse, toxic behavior, and manipulation during this relationship. We know at the very least that Sleepy King apparently refused to defend Prince Chain over the last 6 years whilst he was being attacked by his fanbase. At one point, Sleepy King even created a separate account and posted a video pretending to be a neutral viewer criticizing the animation meme community for failing us, indirectly defending himself for not saying it.
What? This is so fucking weird, man. Why can't you people be normal? Goddamn.
Anything. And if you think breaking up over text is bad, Sleepy King apparently broke up by sending a 5-page Google document. Not long afterward,
Five pages! 5 pages! Dude. I've been fucking... I've been sent, like, I've been sent paragraphs before, but, like, 5 fucking pages as to why you should break up. You know, man, you probably did some wrong there. I think it's willing to admit some of the fault is on you for that breakup. Goddamn.
Sleepy King posted an animation meme titled A Stranger. In the video, his persona attends a funeral. According to Prince Chain, that funeral was meant to represent him, implying a literal version of his death. A few videos referencing Sleepy King and Prince Chain's relationship were later set to private. In the years that followed, Prince Chain has also alleged that Sleepy King attempted to intimidate him into silence and even contacted his family repeatedly. A lot of these claims are pretty serious, although many of them remain disputed. However, what can be confirmed is that the relationship ended on very unstable terms, adding another complicated chapter to Sleepy King's online history. Hard to run away from the animation meme community without unaddressed questions following you. In October October 2021, a former friend of Sleeper King posted a Twitter thread expressing their complaints about his racism. The thread was written by Webb, a former moderator of Sleeper King's official Discord server. Webb's main complaint was about the racial jokes Sleeper King had made in private conversations. According to them, some of the jokes involved allusions to the N-word, whilst others—
Oh no. Oh no, he made edgy jokes. The horror. The horror.
were moments where he said it directly in voice chats. Privately, Sleeper King had already apologized to Webb twice. In the second apology, he also mentioned personal trauma as part of the explanation for why he made those jokes in the first place. That explanation didn't sit well with Webb. Frustrated, they decided to go public with their experiences and posted a long thread criticizing his behavior. The thread didn't gain much traction, only a few hundred likes, and for a moment it looked like the situation might simply fade away. But Sleeper King's response ended up bringing more attention to it. About 2 weeks later, he posted on a private burner Twitter account. In the tweet, he expressed frustration at people spreading what he described as cropped and twisted context, saying that anyone with questions should speak to him directly rather than
Alright.
assume the worst. This tweet seems a little confusing, because from what we can see from Webb's thread, it's hard to know what context was left out. Webb even showed Skrill's apologies throughout their conversation. In the following days, Sleeper King clarified that he wasn't trying to play the victim, and reiterated that he believed the situation had been misrepresented. He also posted portions of a Twitter conversation between himself and Webb. In those screenshots, the discussion actually appeared much calmer, and at several points, Webb even said they were willing to move on if he had genuinely changed. However, as soon as Sleeper King starts playing up the trauma angle, Webb gets visibly more annoyed. You probably know how irritating it is to call someone out on anything, and then they immediately flash up their trauma. Immediately, it puts you in an uncomfortable spot, and it feels like an attempt to redirect the conversation. Sleeper King later posted a public apology for making racist jokes, and announced plans to run a charity stream raising money for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Oh my fucking Oh my fucking god, dude. Hey guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my racist jokes. Anyway, I'm gonna do a live stream. My donate money to the ALC.
I don't know if this stream happened and would be very interested to see it, but I do know that this whole incident seemed to really affect Skrill. For a guy who said he was just gonna let this go, 4 months on he was still talking about the hate he got from this and how sometimes it affects him so hard he can't function. The next month he posted a Twitter and Tumblr saying that he'd now reached a breaking point, mentioning thoughts of ending everything. You'd think after literally doing a repenting stream for his racism or whatever, he'd just let it go or ignore people still calling him racist if he's already changed. These two tweets are like worlds apart. But if this was causing him grief, he was not prepared for what would be posted soon. In November 2022, an anonymous user published a 28-page document accusing Sleeper King
Oh no, 28 pages. It gets worse and worse.
Of grooming. The document centered around a private Discord server called The Symptoms. According to the claims, the server included members between 16 and 18 years old, while Sleeper King himself was 19 at the time. The accusations described uncomfortable conversations in the server, including discussions about sexual topics and online roleplay scenarios. It also alleged that Skrill maintained another private Twitter account where explicit discussions were shared with minors. There were also claims that he had threatened legal action if this person publicly spoke about their experiences with him.
Damn.
Despite the 28 pages shown in this document, there's not really a lot that is actually shown here. There's a lot of claims made, but barely any evidence for those claims. They talk about this NSFW Twitter, but the most that I'm shown is just venting tweets. The sexual roleplay they show is a character kicking another character in the balls. So that one particularly
I mean, these people are freaks, man. These people are freaks.
unusual detail was that the anonymous accuser never stated their own age, despite claiming they had been groomed. But what seemed just as unusual was Sleeper King's response. Instead of working on a full statement, he altered his private Twitter bio to accuse the anonymous user of being a compulsive liar and scammer, and directed people to a TikTok account with 19,000 followers belonging to an artist named Pasca.
Oh, so it's just another degenerate artist in this fucking community, because they're all fucking degenerates.
In doing so, he effectively revealed the
There's not an innocent person in the ACC. There's not one single innocent person that's a content creator in that space. They're all fucking freaks and degenerates. All of them.
identity of the person behind the accusations. He also briefly changed his profile picture to artwork Paska had previously commissioned from him, and when people found this out, he then pivoted to more of a victim aesthetic, lamenting about his one
I just want some privacy, man.
for privacy and how people are obsessed with him, despite his emphasis of, quote, communication is key. Sending the public his response through how often he changed his Twitter bio was not a good start. On November 23rd, another anonymous user who claimed to be a member of the Symptom server posted their own evidence, but this one wasn't against Sleepy King, but instead defending him and debunking the
Oh, I bet I told I bet you Sleepy King totally isn't the one fucking making this.
document. According to this document, Paska had been publicly claiming to be 19 years old while actually being 15 at the time in order to gain access to NSFW discussions. So already that's a big lie off the rip and kind of showing why this person was so hesitant
Oh damn, yeah. If you don't. Why the fuck you lying? Yeah, don't be lying. Don't be lying.
to actually say their age. The document showed that Paska had been kept away from certain chats because of their age, and that moderators had even deleted an entire discussion channel they were planning. Screenshots included showed how Sleepy King had actively excluded Paska from conversations involving adult topics because of their age. The one accusation that was confirmed was that Skrill had threatened legal action, though it pointed out this threat was not about the racism controversy as it was previously framed, but instead because Paska was trialing this false grooming allegation. Another major point involved claims that Paska had scammed Sleepy King. Paska had been responsible for producing plush toys that Sleepy King was selling. After the earlier controversies and legal tensions began, Paska allegedly stopped delivering the plushies despite being paid. According to their document, they
Maybe that's why you don't commission minors. That's just to me. I mean, wait. I mean, their hit Sex and Candy sadly still is miles above the ACC. Wait. Marcy Playground wouldn't touch the ACC, and they got some seriously crazy lyrics. Oh no.
They claimed this was because they feared Sleepy King would obtain their personal address and phone number for the legal action, but other messages suggested that Paska had previously told a mutual friend the plushies had already been shipped. Over the next 6 months, they reportedly continued offering excuses whilst holding onto roughly $1,200, which was later allegedly spent on a new fursuit. This document
She stole his money and used it and used it for a new pursuit. That's fucking funny as shit. Hey, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you to make plushies. Nah, I'm just gonna take the money and make a fursuit. That's fucking funny.
entirely destroys a lot of the narrative that Paska had tried to build up. Any idea that Sleepy King was any sort of groomer was just demolished by itself, and the innumerable amount of lies that were being peddled. A document was even posted a month later, exposing Paska as an abusive partner. It would almost be poetic to say that Sleepy King did this all without raising a finger. In December 2022, Sleepy King finally published his own response through a card page addressing many of his past controversies. The opening statement talks about years of insensitive humor and poor judgment, explaining that much of his early content was created when he was still a teenager, suddenly exposed to a massive online audience. There was another apology for the racist jokes, a total denial of Paska's grooming accusations, and a denial of being into and all related artwork was just immature jokes. He also explained that he had been largely absent from social media because he was dealing with personal issues at home, including moving away from his mother. The general statement concluding everything shows Sleepy King reflecting on his time online. I am a public example of what happens when a platform is given to an unsupervised minor. I was 14 when I first became relevant, and I was at my peak at 15. I'm 21 now, so I've had my fair share of controversy and for I have grown up in front of the eyes of thousands. I have been immature, and my behavior can be very emotion-driven. I freak out and go into a black/white thinking mode with much ease. I have over and over again been irresponsible around the presence of other people. This is something that I acknowledge, and that is the reason I've been closing off more and more from social media. I've been trying to keep it art only and avoiding public interactions as much as possible. No interactions in the Dolai Discord server either. Plainly and simply, shutting the hell up. In addition to learning from my past mistakes and not repeating them, I think it's about all I can do to minimize the hurt I've caused to the world.
Okay, there's like 24 minutes left in this video. So far, this is salvageable, right? So far, this is salvageable. I mean, cringy dude, grew up on the internet, got famous, well, famous in quotations, but he got like a following at 15. Didn't handle things the best. So, you know, maybe he can pull through, but there's 24 minutes left, and my guess is he hasn't. Ay.
I do not plan on leaving nor cancelling my projects until I get bored of it on my own terms. So if you're looking forward to my departure, I'm sorry, not gonna happen. Not anytime soon. I think the mindset of throwing everything away as a result of past mistakes is a counterproductive mindset. Creating art brings me joy, other people's creations bring me joy, and my goal with the public presence of my creations is expanding on that joy, because the world could use a little more of it. Whilst this whole statement is fine, it doesn't really mean much in the grander scheme of things. The racist jokes, the old behavior and humor, even being a golden shower demon, all of that had already been denied or addressed before. To restate these denials in the face of a grooming allegation, one that he ultimately doesn't spend too much time talking about, seems kinda weird. If I didn't already know that Pasca's document was false, I would think maybe these readmissions is part of some sort of pseudo cover-up. From 2022 onwards, Sleeper King basically didn't get involved in any drama. The animations, the development of Dolai, selling plushies, pretty much everything continued without issue. The animation memes were nowhere near as popular now, but the focus was still on the game. In May of 2024, Sleeper King would begin dating one of the voice actors for Dolai, named Phosphine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's a very healthy relationship.
Amidst the fog of war kicked up by everyone else during late 2024, Sleeper King remained fairly safe in the shadows. But what happened from the Pasca drama was somehow still yet to be resolved. Contrary to at the time popular belief, the accusation from Pasca was not the first one made, and in the coming months, that
SpaghettiOs.
ignored accusation would prove to be a lot more trouble than the last. On May 2nd, 2025, a document was posted to Twitter, supported by Prince Chain themselves and detailing serious accusations of grooming against Sleeper King. Yet unlike the shaky claims made previously, this document was a lot more severe. It turns out that the complete failure and utter lies from Pasca's document had provided the perfect smokescreen for Sleeper King to evade some serious questions. The day before Pasca's document, another one was posted by Webb and 3 anonymous users. This one was also mainly based on testimony and alleged some serious stuff that went on in past servers. However, it was utterly overshadowed by Pasca's document, and with the similarity of these allegations, most people lumped them in with each other. Sleeper King's card response never even outright acknowledged it, but in that fateful month of May 2025, these 3 anonymous users came back, with far more proof than before. For the sake of this video, the anonymous users will be given pseudonyms, particularly Q, V, and K. All of them met Sleeper King in very similar ways. Anon Q, for example, was a young animator who met Sleeper King through him asking them to send sexual meme faces of his character Mystery.
No comeback for you. Like, come on, bro. Why would you do that? Oh my fucking god. Yeah, that's not gonna totally bite you in the fucking ass later. God fucking damn, man.
The two would later moderate Birdie's server during 2018. When they first met, Sleeper King was 16 and Q was 12. By the time this—
Holy fucking shit. Oh my fucking god, man. What? It gets worse and worse.
activity ended, Sleepy King was 19, whilst Q would turn 15. Throughout their friendship, Sleepy King was constantly paranoid about if someone would call him out for talking to people younger than him about nasty/controversial things. Quote, I did many things I wouldn't want to be public there. He then invited Q to 2 Discord servers, his public one named Mystery Stomach, and a private one named Triple Threats. Mystery Stomach, which was his main Discord server, was the first to come up. It ran from around 2017 to 2020, and included several NSFW chats that were 13+. Yes.
Oh no. Oh no. My fucking god, why? First off, you shouldn't be having a not safe for work channel, period. Just to cover your ass, you should not have that in your server. Secondly, if you're going to, why is it not 18+? Why is it 13+? Why?
13+, which by the way is the default age gate for Discord's rules. So basically an entirely useless age gate for an NSFW chat pretty much open to the public. In his DMs with the 12-year-old Anon Q, Sleepy King is already acting pretty sexual, and can be seen eagerly waiting for the day they turn 13 so he can introduce them to those chats.
You're a fucking sick fuck. Holy shit, Sleepy King. What the fuck's wrong with you?
And just in case you had any doubts, after they did turn 13, Sleepy King directed them to find sexual gifts from that specific chat. He even requested them to make some so that he could show it to his friends. Their messages later turned into roleplay throughout the next 2 years, involving the sexual interest that Sleepy King had publicly denied. Anon Q isn't the only person who's had this experience. Take Anon V, who met Sleepy King through Tumblr back in 2018. V was an obviously huge fan who Sleepy King offered to add on Discord. V was later invited to the Mystery Stomach server at only 12 years old. They attest the server
It just gets worse and worse from here.
Was poorly moderated, even having a Run the Gauntlet challenge of shock site content. V stated he watched these videos all the way through, and was only exposed to more NSFW content from the channels and artwork. He was later made a mod. Think about the fact that if a server like this allows a shock site challenge and an NSFW channel for 13-year-olds, what don't they allow? Well, whatever it was V's job to clean it up. How about Prince changed messages, where he reports kids being sexual in the general chat, and Sleepy King says, it doesn't seem all that serious to me. I don't want this whole server to be NSFW, but I don't want it to be a server for 4-year-olds either.
You know, you can have a Discord server for adults and not have it instantly be sexual. What the fuck's wrong with you, Sleepy? What? Well, why does he equate being like mature and adult? Why does he equate that with sexual, like with like being sexual? You got a fucked up mindset, dude.
If they go to NSFW though, it's recommended they move to the NSFW channel. Or how about this exchange from his Tumblr blog? Yes, there's for you. Dad, I want to see too. How old are you? I'm older than you. I'm 16. What? Do I need to be 18 or something? Just say if you don't want to and that's it. No, I just want to be sure you're in the age where you're mature enough. I'm okay with it as long as a young
As long as you're mature enough. Oh, okay, Sneeko. Okay, Sneeko.
Child doesn't ask for it. But I think that 13+ can be mature enough. Correct me if I'm wrong.
But I think 13+ can be mature enough. Alright, throw the book at him. Throw the goddamn book at him. Throw the goddamn book. Holy fucking shit, dude. You're guilty. You're guilty. You're a pedo.
Okay then, sorry for being annoying, again. Later on, in around 2020, Sleepy King's main server, Mystery Stomach, had its age rating upped from 13+ to 15+. Yet the NSFW channels remained on the server. Sleepy King wanted Anon Q back on his server, but they were only 14 at the time. So get this, Sleepy King, who is 18 by now, encouraged Q to make a new alt account and lie about their age, advising them on how convincing it should be. Quote, if you ever do, don't tell anyone I allowed it. Not only did this guy run a server with NSFW channels set for minors, but he actively encouraged people to bypass his boundaries.
Of course, because why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
After letting Q in, Prince Chen confronted Sleepykin and asked him if he had let Q into the server. Sleepykin lied and denied doing so. Obviously, this might be from a biased and constricted view, but it seems like Prince Chen was one of the only people somewhat serious about keeping people safe, or at least a lot better than Sleepykin. On 2 occasions, he highlighted pedophiles within his community. This included a 30-year-old on Sleepykin's Discord server who was using the mystery sonar to flirt with minors, and an 18-year-old.
Oh, that's just fantastic. Just fucking fantastic.
Who used mystery to roleplay and kin with a 13-year-old on his Tumblr.
I think Neon mentioned it. You know, the wood chipper. Yeah. We need to get one of like those large industrial ones. Just to get ready. Just to get it ready, you know.
On both times, especially the latter, Sleepykin hesitated for weeks about banning these people, because he didn't want to get involved in drama and hurt people, and he believed this could have just been a normal friendship. Getting back to the public.
Well, of course he would view as a normal friendship. Look at what he was doing behind the scenes. He doesn't think it's disturbing whatsoever. He views it as normal behavior. So of course he doesn't. Of course he thinks it's fucking normal friendship. The dude's fucked in the head.
Public documents, Sleepykin invited all 3 anonymous users to another server, that being a private one named Triple Threat. That very server also had an NSFW channel simply called Meat Room. Again, the age requirement for such a channel
I'm sorry, Meat Room?
was 13 years old. Then there's Anon V, who was invited in 2019 when he was 14, and also was tested that there were members as young as 12 there. Sleepykin discussed and sent various sexual topics to V privately, as well as roleplay and offers to draw NSFW artwork. Some of these drawings would then be censored and used by Sleepykin on his public profiles.
Are you fucking serious? This dude's so fucked. Why did people let these degenerates get away with this for so long?
Then there's Anon K, who joined Triple Threats back in 2018. He attests that this server included NSFW art of his actual appearance whilst he was 13. No OC debate, he means his actual face. He also stated that Sleepykin made sexual comments around him and encouraged him to draw sexual pictures. The most surprising thing from this is that K mentions another older user on the server, that being Spacey Galaxy. Who is Spacey Galaxy? Well, nowadays they go under the name of Official Spinky, a mainly NSFW artist. With nearly 80,000 followers on TikTok and 25,000 on Instagram, it's fair to say Spinky isn't exactly a nobody. Prince Chen notes that him, Sleepykin, and Spinky had been friends for years. In fact, apparently Spinky was the one who actually came up with the character design for Sleepykin's character Mystery. But this document was leaps beyond that, especially when she was encouraging a 12-year-old to write an SA fanfic of her and Sleepykin.
Jesus. You know, it is Easter Sunday. It is Easter Sunday. And we have these sick individuals. Sick individuals. I'm just saying, you know, chat, I'm not a religious man. I think we need to all pray, though. Because holy fuck. But the industrial ones are so expensive. But it's going to be worth it, Jacob. It's going to be worth it, though. It's going to be worth it. Like, holy shit. Why are these people so Look. we need to take away all their fucking accounts. We need to take away all their electronic devices.
In the server, Sleepykin and her would also apparently have numerous NSFW roleplays with Anon K. Though she is not mentioned any time after 2017, it's possible that during Sleepykin's activity, she had just as much influence on the server's members as he did. Before recording, I reached out to Spinky, and am now glad to say I have a response back. I asked about Victim K's document, and she said, I know. All I can say is that I remember this action as soon as I saw the call out. I know I made a stupid action, but I can't control my mistakes of the past. If the person came to me in private and told me about it, I would have 100% agree with them that it was stupid and apologize. But that's it. I don't want to deal with my past mistakes.
I don't want to deal with the fact that I told a minor to make SA fan fiction of me. I don't want to deal with that.
Mistakes of a teenager just because it's in public. It's a waste of time for me, because strangers are then involved into it, which makes the situation worse than anything. I didn't even remember I did such a thing until now because I didn't talk with that person that much. I got stalked by ex-friends who are now making things up about me, and I much rather stay away from these situations as much as possible. I see you make videos. I really wish you didn't involve me, but I can't stop you, but I would appreciate it.
I wish you didn't involve me. Well, it's not like you're... Oh, dude. Dude, your shit was included. I'm sorry, but like, I joined. I joined in putting the. I joined in someone putting the. What the fuck is that sentence, Wookie? What the fuck?
I responded saying, to be clear, is that a confirmation of the alleged NSFW roleplays between yourself, Sleepykin, and the 12-year-old? She says, the only thing I remember is the fanfiction when I was also a minor, not the roleplays. For the rest, I don't
Okay.
have any more information about this, and I'm not in contact with him for a lot of time. To clarify, I was a minor as well at the times. I don't want to be accused of being something that I'm literally not. Going back to the timeline, Sleepykin and Q's contact continued until 2020. Sleepykin would draw over Q's old doodles with sexual innuendos, and commissioned a 15-year-old to make sexual art for him. The last of
This gets worse and worse, I swear to fucking God.
event in this timeline is Sleepykin drawing NSFW of him, Q, and Anon K. By this point, Q was 15, K was 14, and Sleepykin was 19. All three documents quickly picked up traction on Twitter and in the wider animation meme community. The amount of extensive proof attached alongside certainly helped, as well as the fact
Goat Cato. Cameo by Given Ant's girlfriend. Let's go.
that all three people could corroborate the existence of these private servers. For Sleepykin, it was an inignorable disaster. Whilst a lot of this started when he was 16 and still underage, the amount of responsibility that was on him was greatly waived. Not to treat 16-year-olds like adults, but they should know better. Even he knew this, as he says so in one of the DMs. The fact that this behavior continued past his 19th birthday was just confirmation. Constantly roleplaying with these kids, inviting them to servers, encouraging them to draw NSFW, it has some very dark overtones. To call it a shock would be an underestimate, especially from a man who claimed to not only be asexual, but also entirely repulsed by sexual
Ant's side piece for now.
topics. Even in the document call-out from 2022, he'd been given a chance to come clean. Instead, he dismissed this as just old jokes that he apologized for. His explanation was only scratching the surface. It took until May 16th, 2025 for Sleepykin to post his initial response, titled, "Leaving the public internet as an individual, but not as an artist." With such an
That sounds like an early, like, Panic at the Disco song, does not? like their first album. Does that not sound like the title of, like, a song? What?
upfront title, I was honestly expecting Sleepykin to go more on the offense. Instead, the video opens up and after the first disclaimer, I hear,
"I am not a healthy person to interact with. I got caught in the cycle of abuse and hurt and traumatized a lot of people, many of them younger than me."
Oh no.
The video has 6 main parts to it: sexually inappropriate, a small defense, racism, message to my victims, message to my friends and partner that recently left, and what's next. Already off the bat, I don't see a point in the racism section. Sleepykin has addressed it like twice in detail.
Listen, this guy was grooming minors, but more importantly, he was a racist. And he traced.
I'm not hearing another one. Sexually inappropriate starts the exact same way Sleepykin laid out his defense to webcores, a plea deal about his trauma that then moves into an explanation for what he's into. He states these interests came from his fascination and a reflection of his own suffering. However, I still feel like this isn't addressing the actual thing that's going on.
Let's get one thing straight, because I notice a lot of misinformation. I have never practiced any assault, nor ever planned or wanted to. No real
No real pictures were sent or received. Dude, you're talking sexually to minors.
Pictures were sent or received. No advances towards minors were ever made. It wasn't a sadistic liking for it, but it will carry out in my art, stories, or jokes. I like showing it to people because it caused reactions and attention. Many even encouraging me because, quote unquote, it's just fiction.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, I am so tired of these fucking, like, people using... I'm walking around real quick, so I do apologize. I need to find something. But I am so tired of these individuals using... Oh, it's just fiction. It's just drawings. It doesn't mean anything. Dude, I'm tired of the fucking chibi reviews. I'm tired of all these lolicons. I'm tired of Rev says Desu. I'm tired of all of them. I swear to God, man. Like, why? Why do these people feel the need to make arguments like this? You know what you're doing is fucked. You don't want to be called out for it. You want to play a victim. You're not. You're a sick individual is what you are. That's what you are sick fucking individuals.
Again, we're in the section where I feel you should be addressing what's going on, and yet you're not. To be clear, whilst it is technically true that Sleepy King never sent pictures or tried to fly anyone out, he still had incredibly inappropriate friendships with the people he was talking to. He exposed them to this kind of material, roleplayed with them, asked them for NSFW art, drew him with them in NSFW art, specifically invited them to NSFW Discord servers, and encouraged one of them to lie about their ages. Do not let...
No, yeah, this dude's... He has all the makings of a predator.
Him downplay how severe this has been.
And it's also the fact that it's like multiple people of the age around like 12, 13, 14. Like, this guy is a fucking sicko.
Aware that some of the things I discussed were for some people, but I thought that for me and the parties involved, those were but gross out jokes. Very popular jokes back then. So when in the past I said it wasn't a for me, I was not lying. I did not feel any attraction for it. But alas, if you joke enough about a eventually you'll go, oh, I think this is no longer a joke.
It's hard to argue that all the artwork here was just jokes, lol, when they're incredibly detailed artwork that was on some occasion paid for by you. It's kind of like the Yoshi egg defense of joking about something you're pretty clearly into. I don't know if anyone will get that reference, but it's just a completely delusional denial.
Okay, I don't want to... Wait, do you think Yoshi gets embarrassed when he poops out eggs in front of Mario? Sorry if it offends anyone, but I thought it'd be funny. Haha. Oh god. I think the internet was a mistake. I think the internet was a fucking mistake.
Of reality.
Up until 17, I thought it was alright to show explicit, fictional things to other minors because I was a minor too. At age 18, I thought, quote unquote, well, if it's just suggestive and doesn't show anything, then it's alright. So I never sent anything explicit as an adult to a minor. It took me a year or so, about 19 or 20, to realize, no, what the f***? It's not okay.
Okay, this is just a...
It took you that long?
Lie. First off, I thought it would be fine if we're both minors is like an incredibly morally compromised view for this situation. That position would probably work if you and your partner were like a year or two apart. Unfortunately for you, Sleepy King, the people you were messaging were 13 years old. And the statement that by age 18, 19, 20, he thought just sending suggestive stuff was fine, and
Tommy C was like, was right to leave, get a six-pack, man. John, don't get embarrassed when he poops eggs. What the fuck, Wookie? That's a fucking sentence in my chat now. What the fuck? Young people on the internet was a mistake. Hey, Well, as a formerly young person, I take offense. You know, I had plans today. I was gonna go, after live stream, I was gonna edit some videos and shit. But now I just want to get a fucking. I want to do the Tommy C thing and get a fucking 6-pack.
That he never sent anything explicit as an adult, that's just a bold-faced lie. He absolutely did send explicit artwork to these people as an adult.
The definition of a pedophile is a person who is sexually attracted to children. I personally refuse to label myself a pedophile or a groomer due to their meaning. Sexual grooming is the action or behavior used to establish an emotional connection.
You're not gonna win this. You're not gonna win this, dude. I don't know why you're trying to defend yourself. You're not gonna win this.
Vulnerable person. I have no attraction and no intention to sexually interact with minors, nor lower their inhibitions with objective sexual.
Stop it right there, man. As soon as I hear the, actually, as per definition, I'm not a pedophile thing, I'm hopping out, alright? To be clear, Skrill is admitting basically all the 3 documents are true. That makes him a groomer. This is kind of like the Cinebear defense again, where you somehow believe directly exposing like a 14-year-old to this kind of stuff just won't change their brain chemistry and development in life at all. Pretending as if you didn't get any sort of gratification from what you were doing with them.
I believe some labels might fit my case more accurately. Negligent, failing to take proper care of something.
Guys,
reckless.
I'm not a pedophile. I was just negligent and reckless. What?
Heedless of danger or the consequences of one's actions, rash or impetuous. Irresponsible, not showing a proper sense of responsibility, and ignorant, lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated.
We interrupt the allegations response video to give you a thesaurus list of things I'm also guilty of to hopefully lower the charges against me. I feel like I'm listening to the most biased news source ever. When your substitute for labels is stuff that makes it sound more accidental, that is inherently, and I think purposefully, diluting the truth about you. He wasn't a pedo, he was just unsophisticated and uneducated.
Call me whatever, but twisting the meanings of these terms causes more harm than good. Use your terms responsibly when the
Use your terms responsibly. Oh, like how you used your platform responsibly, buddy?
subject at hand is incredibly sensitive. I have some trivia related to the term groomer. Do you know about the song Sunshine Rainbow White Pony? It has a pretty sweet meaning and a sick music video as well. But people have tainted it because the chorus, sung in Chinese, is phonetically similar to the N-word, and people, mostly not black, turned it into a meme.
What the fuck is this point? What the fuck are you trying to say, buddy? How does this relate to you being a groomer?
And so a parody of this
Can't he be reckless around a wood chipper? The fuck is this guy? Right?
meme was made called Groomer Nene. People often make animations of an individual with allegations dancing to the song Groomer Nene as an attempt of mockery, because the correct thing to do when a victim is suffering is animating a goofy video of a groomer dancing.
Well, you see, I don't know if you understand this concept, Sleepy, but like, people like to make fun of pedophiles because pedophiles deserve to be made fun of. So yeah.
Sorry, I got lost a little there. I was a bit taken aback by the heel turn from I'm not a groomer to have you guys heard of that Chinese song? I thought I accidentally skipped to another video, but no, this is the same video. Even in a reality where everyone has to follow everything to the letter and there's no comedic catharsis allowed, how is this guy speaking for victims at this point? You're literally filing your guilty plea right now. It was just now, just at this exact moment where he's being exposed, that he had like a come to Jesus moment, an enlightenment of sorts. This is such a fake point. This guy doesn't believe a word of what he's saying. He probably just got ass mad because someone made a meme being like, "You're a pedo, lol." He was scrolling on the timeline and someone photoshopped his character into like EDP.
So, as previously mentioned, I'm leaving the internet as an individual, but not as an artist. I will drop everything if the world asks me to. But one thing is non-negotiable: creating and showing art. Whenever I publish art...
Listen, Internet, I will leave and no longer groom minors, but you have to let me post my art.
warnings will be added accordingly in case I make anything that isn't suitable for everybody. That way, the responsibility and choice at that point is the user's.
Cool, so what you're changing is basically nothing. Guys, I'm gonna put warnings now is kind of a mute point because you've already put warnings on things before. It's just that the warnings were 13 plus or 15 plus on NSFW channels and you were helping kids jump the fence. Dude, this was in the document.
I mostly think of it as a symbol of my fresh start. A life where I don't care about what strangers think of me, but only about what I think of myself and about helping others.
Brother, leave the internet. Leave the internet, you pedo.
I've been often holding my true self back in art, in fear of doing something that people don't like.
Oh, you've been holding yourself back. Oh, poor you. Poor baby. Oh no, whatever shall you do? Oh no. Fuck off. Fuck off, you fucking crybaby.
Out of fear of people calling me problematic.
I'm sorry. Dude, this was you holding back your true self? Considering what I've seen in these documents, do I really want to see your true self? Dude, this is such a bad response. Thank God people exposed me for being a pedo. It's such a weight off my shoulders. This guy admits to being a groomer and then had like a Nick Fury post-credits moment of, guys, this is where the fun begins. Sleepy King's response was, without a doubt, very bad. You can't just admit to the screenshots but then deny the reality of what they actually are. Obviously, the audience was not fooled and gave him hell in the comments. This emotional appeal might have worked years ago, but not now when everyone's already seen everything. At first, Sleepy King tried to be sneaky, editing out the obvious lie that he never sent anything explicit as an adult. Soon, the backlash made him edit the entire video down to 2 seconds.
Are you fucking serious? Oh my fucking god.
And changed the bio to say, guys, this video was bad and it wasn't the way to go about things. I mean, you had like 2 weeks. I feel like maybe these issues would have been ironed out earlier. On May 27th...
Dude, he's one response away from winning. He's one response away from winning, chat. all good lol cows think that. But no, chat, he's just one response away from winning, I swear. He's gonna win this, chat. He's gonna win. And he'll get his audience back. And then everyone will appreciate him again. Yeah, no, you're a sick individual, buddy.
Sleepy King posted another response, one that remains up on his channel to this day, although unlisted, as it's, quote, not beneficial to have it up at the forefront of my channel. The clips in this one aren't worth much value. He already admits off the bat that in the previous video, all he did was just skim through the documents. It's a much more apologetic video, but still has shades of the whole I'm not a groomer, just irresponsible point. One look at the description seems to highlight every unspoken word that Sleepy King left out, including the fighting over whether he's a pedo by definition.
Of course.
After his response, Sleepy King subsequently retreated to his Patreon. This wasn't a new revelation, he had been there since back on May 20th, but the blatant move to just hide in your paywalled hug box is stunning. Sleepy King would continue posting on there until an abrupt end in November, when pretty much all of his Patreon content would be leaked online. As for real life, he had gotten a job as a waiter, which makes a change from last time when he made a sad vent song because his mother told him to get a job.
What the fuck am I listening to? I am all want and no work. Of course, it was caused by her. It's because of those that want me dead. Maybe it's because of him. No, it was before he came to me. Perhaps it's all my fault. The truth is, I am all want and no work. You know, guilty as charged, and AIDS. What you're listening to is space AIDS. Oh God, I think that's being harsh to space AIDS.
So basically confirming it is all over. The channel's basically inactive, the profile picture and the banner have been changed, he lost around 15,000 subscribers, and the entire development team for his game, the one he'd been working towards for the last 5 years, has been disbanded upon the response's release. Basically all of that work on Doll Eye for nothing. There's been rumors that the dev team purposely left out the anonymous members and ignored their initial allegations. The only reason I mention this is because
I may need some sleep. I don't think I want this story in my ear, lol. See you in the flip side. Take care, Wookie. Take care.
Came out and said they wrote the 2022 card response and urged Sleepy King to address the grooming claims further. Sleepy King just ignored this and baited his life, and that seems to be the recurring pattern. Since the very beginning, Sleepy King has been running because he dare not look back, yet he remained so attached to the internet, still unable to let go. I get where it comes from, but when Sleepy King does look back at his trauma, it was seemingly used only as a justification for his actions. There is never anything like a perfect victim, and victimhood should be acknowledged as a factor to why something like this happened, but it certainly doesn't justify it. He should have known better, especially when his behavior continued for years after. The bottom line is, he irreparably changed people's lives. What happened simply cannot be ignored. There's a reason that the old saying goes, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe and stay toasty.
Holy fucking shit. Dude, that was so fucking pathetic, man. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the Sigma? Dude, that was fucking insane. I'm really shocked that at Nerdy John Mercy's Playground. What? You guys are adding me for songs in my Discord server now. Ay. But don't worry, chat. We're not done just yet. We're not done just yet, chat, because we do have the Gideon interview with the faithful sheriff. That's right. We have a lighter topic. And Gideon confronts Burnt Peanut. So let's see how that goes, shall we?
Man, and then in 2024, I actually started catching child predators. So we've done over 130 operations in America and in Australia, and we have dozens of arrests and convictions. So and then,
that's awesome.
Right now I'm just streaming, man.
Dr. Kid Toucher. Oh
no, yeah.
Did you see that video or that movie about that? I forget. It was with the same guy that did the.
Oh my God, he's talking about that fucking conservative movie with the guy who played Jesus from the Passion, where it's like the rich billionaires are all kidnapping kids. It's like a QAnon movie about like the billionaires stealing like kids' blood.
You talking about Sound of Freedom?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched it. No,
I haven't watched it yet either, but I heard it was super good. It was all about that.
I heard it was good. It's a shit movie.
Yeah. No. We do the real thing, man. We go out there. We catch child predators all the time, man.
The only thing I mean, are you the type that like goes and beats them up?
No.
Okay.
We get arrests. We get arrests and convictions.
Yeah, like no. We arrest them.
You know,
that's the only problem. I've seen people doing that.
If your chat,
beat the guy up.
Yeah, no. If your chat knows who I am, then definitely they can they can vouch for me. You know what I mean?
Someone says I smell fear. These people, these trolls, man.
Wait, what did they say?
I smell fear. The guy, they're just trolls.
You know, dude. Why does the faithful sheriff? He responds to like every single hate comment he gets. I get it, like he's not used to attention, but like this dude has to respond to everything.
Oh, wait, why are they saying you smell? Why are they saying you're scared?
Because do you not know? Like people call me a predator.
Do you not know people call me a predator?
And all that because I talk to kids sometimes in Fortnite about Jesus, so they label me a pedo and all that, and they're like, "Oh, predator, blah blah blah."
Listen, man, I'm the type of guy where like, I don't believe in incarceration. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the type of guy where I think, hey, if you have a God's honest conversation about it, you feel me? I don't think you'll do it again. Like I mean, I think we can be honest, man. You just kind of like got carried away, right?
About what? What are you talking about?
Like you just got.
Gideon's trying to fucking like catch him right here. He's like, yeah, you got carried away with the conversations, right? You got carried away, and he won't admit it. He won't admit it. He's not going to admit it, chat.
Carried away in the moment, huh?
The autistic share.
About what?
Like how old were the kids on average you were talked to?
Okay, all right, I see. You're trolling. Oh,
nah, I'm just messing with you,
making
man.
sense.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, man. Nah, but no, genuinely, man.
Jesus would not support that kind of trolling. Paul.
Jesus does not support trolling. Actually, Jesus would not support that. Actually. Jesus wouldn't support that.
Whoa.
Paul talks about being not joking around with your fellow brethren because it'd be taken the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. No, I feel that. Well, you know what else? I don't think Jesus would be fond of and appreciative of.
I don't know. What?
You said something about Dr. Disrespect. You said he just made a boneheaded mistake, right?
I think he did. Yes.
Oh, so is it a boneheaded mistake to talk to a minor and also commit adultery on your... So, is adultery a boneheaded mistake now? I'm just asking.
Well, I think we don't have the whole context.
Oh,
we don't have the whole context of the cheating. Guys, we don't have the whole context of the cheating. Wow, he is Delulu. Yeah, tell the pious Jesus... Tell the pious Jesus doesn't approve of trolling. And you know what the funny thing is? Like I think Gideon is actually like, I think he's genuine in his faith. Like it's not just like a skin suit for him. I think the faithful sheriff, I don't think it's like he doesn't believe in what he's saying about like Jesus and stuff, right? But like clearly these two believe in two different denominations, right?
So should there be anybody whispering minors and Twitch whispers? No.
Okay.
But do we know for a fact that he knew that they were a minor before he, did he know the age? We don't know that he did. So did he find out after the fact and said, oh, gee, I'm in trouble, right? So I think that matters. But I think that was the incident that had something to do with his adultery. Not that he had adultery in a sexual manner with his wife. I think the whole adultery incident was that same exact incident. Because I don't know if you remember when he went onto Twitch live, not in his costume, and admitted to being unfaithful to his wife. He didn't say in which the manner it was. He just said being unfaithful.
So you think every...
That's still adultery, though, is it not? In the eyes of the Lord, is that still not adultery? Is that not adultery? Remember, he's a Seventh-day evangelist, which falls under Protestantism. Who is, Gideon or the faithful sheriff? What the Seventh-day those Seventh-day people, what, like their holy day is what, like Saturday? Am I right on that? Their holy day is Saturday? Or am I wrong on that?
You think all of that was the same? So you think his wife checked his whisper DMs?
I think he admitted it. I think he,
Okay.
I don't know. I think he admitted.
So he admitted to being adulterous, but he didn't admit to how
I
far it went. Is what you're saying?
The faithful cuck is the seventh day. Gotcha.
We don't know all the stuff.
We don't.
Speculation.
I'm just at this point it is speculation. I just found the clip. Okay, my bad.
It's interesting that it's the same exact year that the supposed Twitch whisper incident happened, and it's the same year that he was unfaithful to his wife. I think it's the same incident.
Was that the same year? Can someone in one of our chats fact check that?
Yes.
So, but what?
Yeah, seventh day, holy day is Saturday. That's odd. That's odd. What's the reasoning for that? They're just like, no. Do they just want to be cool? It's like, no, Dad. The holy day is not Sunday. It's Saturday. Get it right, Dad. I'm worshiping the Lord in my own way.
Wouldn't it be speculation on your part as well, assuming that it's the same incident?
It is, but I think it's an educated speculation.
Okay.
Based on everything we know.
Okay, fair.
But like I said, we don't know. Obviously, it's wrong to text minors in whispers and Twitch, obviously. But I think people try to paint it off as something that it wasn't. Like the ex-Twitch employee said that he was sexting a minor, and we all know California law, that's like a crime. So, and we know that it was investigated, and he didn't get arrested. He didn't know what charges. They sent the whispers to the police department or to.
Well, would you still like? So I think the age of consent in California is 17, if I'm not mistaken, right? At least I don't know. Where are you from?
Ohio.
Okay.
No, he's from the same fucking state as me. No, this is the worst news ever. No.
I think Ohio is 16. Like I travel around the whole nation doing this, but
yeah, I believe in Ohio it's 16.
Do you understand that the whole there's a huge piece of it missing? There's two.
Well, I mean, the only reason I brought that up was because I said the only reason why I brought that up was because I just found it funny how we say we were kind of downplaying that when it's about adultery and everything. When we were defending him and stuff like that. I don't think that's something to downplay with a brother in Christ. You feel me? Well, I don't even know if he is a brother in Christ or not, let alone. But I know you are. So that's not something to downplay.
Look, if you're a brother in Christ like you say you are, you know that the Bible calls us, Jesus calls us to forgive those who repent. And
I'm sorry. I thought you weren't for like the whole like gaming for hope thing. Because gaming for hope is like a more like forgiving, loving Christian type. I thought you were like, nah, that's not how it works around here, son. But I guess when it's convenient for people that you try to like copy and like ape the talent off of, right? Because love him or hate him, like Dr. Disrespect was talented, right? He was a talented guy, and now this motherfucker is just now this motherfucker's just like, yeah, Dr. Disrespect. He may have messaged a minor, but he said sorry. And the Bible says we have to forgive. So therefore, he innocent. He innocent, chat.
He goes live on stream and says he's been unfaithful and that he's sorry. So how are you going to hold that unfaithfulness over his head still?
I'm not holding it over his head, but I'm also not calling it a boneheaded mistake. A boneheaded mistake is walking out the house with two left and right, your left foot shoe on your right foot and your right shoe on your left foot. That's a boneheaded mistake. Or forgetting your keys and then having to go back inside. That's a boneheaded mistake.
Like adultery. Why did you bring up his adultery?
Well, because you okay. That was just a point that I had seen earlier.
He just explained it to you. You weren't listening.
because you had brought up like, oh, you shouldn't joke around with a brother in Christ.
Like, is it sin that what he did? Is it bad that he did that? Yes. Did he say he was sorry? Yes. Did he also say he was sorry about what happened with that Twitch whisper? Yes. So you're like, let's continue.
Hang on. This I'm gonna pull it up real quick. This a clip of it. This is what this is what Dr. Disrespect was like. and a burnt peanut was like, yo, he's spitting. Okay, where's here we go. Might take a second for it to load because
We made a promise before the election that we would vote against any rise in fees under any...
And CEO of BP. Our accidental drilling spill again in the Gulf is a tragedy that should have never happened. And to all those affected, I want to say, we are deeply sorry. We're sorry.
We're sorry. We shouldn't have messaged that miner. We're sorry. That's Dr. Disrespect right there.
Continue to condemn the man. Even like I said, my main point is we don't know.
I never said condemn. All I'm saying is you don't have to. You can forgive, but you don't have to forget. But that's besides the point. The real thing I want to hit you up with.
Why? Look, you brought it up. Why are people so bent on calling this man a?
Why are you so ready to defend him? Why are you so ready to defend him? I wonder.
Pedo. For him whispering,
I never called him a pedo.
And I'm saying society, like, you know that he is being called that and labeled that. You know that. My point is why
if he knew the whole time that person was a minor, then he's a predator.
I agree, but we don't know that if he knew that the whole time. We just have speculation and this other Twitch employee that I believe is lying because, like I said.
But you know what the crazy thing about it though is that would have never happened. That would have never happened if you were faithful to your wife. You see, there a lot of things won't happen if we do the right thing to begin with. But now back to the main thing. Like, so I saw your response video about I think it's wrong that people are making fake DMs saying that you want to have sex with kids. I think that's wrong. No one should lie on another person.
I'm not sure anybody did fake DMs like that, but okay.
Or not
they did.
DMs, but the Discord thing. I seen that, right? Someone made a fake Discord about you. Why are you farting?
Mm-hmm.
What?
What, on stream?
Yeah, like I can't hear it, but like why are you farting?
It's a channel point reward. People can do a channel point reward to make me
Okay. No, but I mean, I'm not here to.
It's a channel point reward. People can use a channel point reward to make me fart.
Yeah, because that's okay. That's normal.
Random.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, cool. But the thing I want to talk to you about is like, so you say you have kids, right? Do you allow your kids to, when they play, do you allow your kids to play video games?
Oh. I think we all know where this line of questions are going. And I gotta say, W. Gideon right here.
I do.
Okay, you do. Do you allow them to go on voice chat on those video games?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Why don't you let them go on voice chat?
Because they're too young.
Okay. If you don't mind, you don't have to share their age, but like, do you mind sharing their age?
No, because people want me dead, so I'm gonna share as little amount of family information as possible.
Okay, but are they on the younger side or older? Are they so they're able to play games like they can actually?
Are too young, in my opinion, to be on voice chat. Period.
Okay, but you'll talk to people. You talk to kids, presumably around the same age.
Would you? Okay, I'm not saying you don't have to say whether this, but like, would you say 8, 9, 10 years old is too young to be on voice chat?
As I'm saying, I said they are too young to be on voice chat.
I'm not saying your kids. I'm just saying, do you think 8, 9, or 10 is too young to be on voice chat?
Not nowadays, for sure.
Okay, nowadays for sure. Okay, fair.
So why are you talking to them then? If you think that young of an age is too young to be on voice chat, why do you then proceed to talk to those kids of that age on stream?
I believe, yeah. I think they should be at least. I don't know.
Because, and like, this is the thing too, is it's like, unfortunately, like, kids that age don't really grasp the whole like privacy thing on the internet. So like, if you're a big, well, not big, but like, if you're a streamer and you're talking to a kid, they might blurt something out or say something about like their personal life that realistic hundreds or thousands of people should not know about, right? It's another thing is why you shouldn't be talking to kids while you're streaming.
No, I mean, there's some pretty, I've met some pretty competent, like 13, 14-year-olds that like, have a talking, like they talk like they're pretty, like you wouldn't be able to tell they're 14. I thought they might be like 17.
You wouldn't be able to tell they're 14. Some say that by that bit Dr. Disrespect in the ass.
Or 18, but then there's some that are just like, I don't know, their education is lesser, I guess you could say. I'm not trying to diss kids, but anyways, I would argue that you probably shouldn't allow them to be on voice chat.
Watching Gideon's chat's fucking funny. They're like, "Ayo, what the fuck?"
Any younger than 16, probably.
Okay, hey, you know what? I'm on you with
the...
that, man. I've caught a lot of Roblox predators, man, so I don't disagree. So in this hypothetical,
I think that game should be shut down, honestly.
Okay, fair point. Now in this hypothetical, if your kids were, and you're a Christian man, correct?
Yes, obviously.
So if your kids were playing,
yes, obviously,
Fortnite, and there was a
which they wouldn't be, by the way.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because you wouldn't.
Oh, they're not allowed to play Fortnite. Okay,
let your kids do that, right? But let's say there was a Dawa Muslim, preaching the word of Islam, right? And they came into a game with your child. Well, how would you feel?
Which wouldn't happen because they wouldn't be playing Fortnite.
You see, this is a false equivalency because you see, my children are not allowed to play Fortnite to begin with. So factually, this would never happen.
And they wouldn't be in voice chat.
Okay, but in this hypothetical, how would you feel if someone from a different religion than you're trying to raise your kids up to be was trying to put their religion on you? How would you feel?
Are you actually a Christian?
Are you actually a Christian? Why? It's because he's using the Muslim thing as an example. Do you think he's a Muslim because he brings up like Islam? I mean, from what I've seen, Gideon seems pretty legit about his faith in God. So I love how like the instant you question the faithful sheriff, you're instantly a fake Christian. I love how that works. It's amazing, right? Or it's just like, hey, I'm an actual Christian, and I just gotta say, I disapprove of what the faithful sheriff is doing. You're an agent of Satan. Like, he'll just come out of the word being like, you're an agent of Satan.
I mean,
and I'm asking you, are you actually a Christian?
Buddy, are you an actual Christian? Because actual Christians wouldn't be criticizing me right now.
Okay, here. I mean, can I answer you after you answer me?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just asking, how would you feel?
I wouldn't want them on voice chat.
Yeah. I know you wouldn't want them, and you obviously don't have them on voice chat.
That's the answer.
Okay.
How would I feel is that I wouldn't want them on voice chat.
Okay.
Are you a Christian? Yes or no?
So, but that doesn't answer the question because I gave a hypothetical. So.
And I just answered you.
That's you.
Was doing that.
That was you sidestepping my hypothetical.
If someone was doing that hypothetically to my child, I would get them off of voice chat.
Okay, you would get them
right, because you don't want them. You don't want someone shoving down the false word.
Off of voice chat, right? Because they're preaching something that you don't want them to hear.
That I don't believe in.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, fair. Okay, so why are people all of a sudden like, demons and Satan when it's reversed with our religion?
Have you read the Bible?
Have I read the Bible?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Why is this 40-year-old so pressed? I don't think bro brain can comprehend the scenario. Holy, he's not the best Christian just because he's a fucking peanut with a Bible. You know, it's kind of right. You know, you're giving sentience, you're giving a soul to something that wasn't supposed to have sentience or a soul. You are an abomination towards God, the faithful sheriff. You need to be eradicated.
At a certain point where Jesus called Peter something.
When he called Peter Satan because he was going against the word of God and saying that it wouldn't be so. Yeah, I remember that.
Jesus called Peter Satan.
Yeah.
Did he mean that Peter was actually Satan?
No, yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't really.
You see, this is where this is the funny thing because like some people interpret the Bible as more of the stories in the Bible, more so metaphor, and then you have other groups that interpret it more so literal. So this is just funny seeing this is like Christianity oftentimes gets like lumped up together, right? But when you especially when you get into like the different subsections of like Protestantism, because like obviously there's some pretty stark differences between like a standard like Protestant Christian and a Catholic Christian. But watching these different like subsections of Protestantisms debate each other on like the proper form of worship, the proper way to devote yourself to God, the proper way to interpret the Bible is funny as shit.
Really mean that Peter was straight up Satan.
He had the attribute at that moment because he was going against the will of God. Peter had the attributes of Satan because Satan goes against the word of God. At that moment, yes.
So when I say
and I think the fact that Gideon's able to actually like discuss like scripture with Faithful Sheriff, I think should prove that he is a Christian at this point. I think that should prove it.
Agent of Satan, am I really thinking of that person as Satan or that they're going against God?
Okay. So they're going against God because they don't want you pushing your views on their children.
No, I didn't say that.
But like that's why they don't want you around their children's, because you're pushing your beliefs, which by the way, Seventh-day Adventists, you know, is Seventh-day Adventist, like, how popular is that? I have to look that up real quick. Give me a second. How many people follow Seventh-day? Let's see. About 24 million people baptized as members of the Seventh-day Adventists. Huh. Interesting. You see, the reason why I always thought that they were like a niche subsection of Christianity was because like I don't know a single Seventh-day Adventist in my life. I know a lot of like Baptists, maybe some Methodists here and there, but not even Seventh-day people.
I mean, then how else could it be?
What? Show me an example when I said that and the circumstances in which I said it, and I'll.
So like if a parent hopped on and heard you, if they hopped on and they got upset, like, hey, why are you talking to my child about this? I don't want my child hearing stuff about this. How would you respond?
I don't know. I think I'd have to say, oh, well, I understand that. Sorry about the...
I understand. I'm sorry that I'm talking to your child.
Telling your kid about Jesus. I probably wouldn't be sorry about telling him about Jesus, but I'd probably be like, okay, no problem. And then proceed to get off and go find someone else that wanted to hear about it.
That's a fair take. So I'm not gonna lie. That was actually literally probably the best answer you could have gave, right? So I guess my thing is, I have nothing.
Jesus
wrong.
is a zombie or a ghost because he raised from the dead. Listen, that's not exactly how people of faith view it. It's not exactly.
With obviously preaching the gospel to everybody is a great thing. I do it. You know what I mean? Now, if a child saw my video about when I gave my life to Christ, I have no control over that. But now, me going
Can I pause you for 1 second?
for children to preach the word, I think that's totally different than you just preaching the word and children just so happen to be in the vicinity listening to it. Those are two different things.
My question are you a Christian? You didn't even answer the question.
Oh, yes, sir. 100%. Yeah. Jesus
okay,
Christ
so
died for
why
my
would
sins.
someone as a Christian have a problem with that?
It's not that I have a problem with it. It's the fact that you, as
I wouldn't know, lol.
a man, should just be going for at least teens to young adults.
Okay, well, so do you think I go into Fortnite specifically to target some 8-year-old, or do I just?
Well, like, okay, first off, right? Why do you have it enabled to where you can talk to like other players, right? Like, why are you talking to kids or like other players in the first place? If that's not your goal, why are you talking to them?
Play Fortnite because everybody plays it, and I like the game, and I'm good at it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt you at all. That's why you do it. I'm just saying, why?
So it's not that I go.
Why
into
continue
Fortnite
the
and I specifically
conversation
target children.
about
Okay,
something
got it.
so deep with a child when you realize you're talking? Like some of those kids, they still had little whips. They were like, I don't know, like.
So do you think I have a deep conversation about hell or Satan or what happens to someone who died to an 8-year-old?
Okay. I don't, because
I don't.
I haven't seen the clip.
And I never
but
have.
didn't you tell? I don't know. So the thing that got you banned on Twitch, right? And I'm not gonna.
No, Ron.
So was that kid a child? I'm asking. I'm genuinely asking.
You're Ron. That's not what got me banned on.
Well, that's not what got me banned. That's, dude. Okay.
On Twitch.
Oh, okay. So what had got you?
If you're talking about the whole infamous Muslim kid clip. That was the first ban I ever received on Twitch. The third ban that resulted for the indefinite suspension was a year later. That had nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay. So that had.
But like, it still got you banned from Twitch, did it not? Like, Gideon's statement is still correct. It's just you still got banned from Twitch. It just wasn't indefinite yet.
But how old was that kid that you were talking to?
I have no idea. I didn't ask his age.
Did he sound young though?
He sounded like a kid.
Okay, so like I'm saying, like, and you said that, and you did say that he was gonna go to hell. So like, you just said, but you didn't. Okay, what did you say? Please tell me.
I said if you were to die today in your sins, you would be sentenced to hell. Not that he was going.
Oh my fucking god. Holy fucking shit. Hang on, I have to actually fucking get up because I'm so fucking frustrated. I have to walk around for a second. Holy shit. The fucking semantical argument of like, I didn't say he was going to hell. I said he was sentenced to hell. So no, technically I didn't say he was going to hell because sentencing and going is technically two different things. Oh my fucking god, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. I hope you fucking know that, faithful sheriff. Actually, I never said he was going to go to hell, per se. Actually, oh my fucking god. Dude. Actually, it wasn't the reason why I got banned the first time. No, dude. This whole thing is like, actually, and like he thinks he's winning, and it's so. Hey, stop copying me. No, I walked away from chat for a second. I walked away from my desk, so I didn't see chat. I didn't know I was copying you.
And also, I actually said the wrong thing. I actually said it wrong because when we sin, we're automatically sentenced to that death. It's actually, so I actually made a video about this, and I actually apologized for it. I actually explained that I was wrong about what I said, and I actually reiterated what how it actually works in the first place.
Same
But
brain
even
cell. Well, I'm stealing that brain cell, Blue Jay. I'm stealing the brain cell.
if you watch the clip, I said he'd be sentenced, not that he would be going, because we're all sentenced to death when we sin against God. Basically, I was telling him the gospel message, if you listen carefully. And this kid, by the way, was actually really highly intelligent when it comes to Islam. He was saying his beliefs and what Islam actually believes and said. So it wasn't like he was like not knowing anything and he was like immature and stupid about his faith. He was actually knew a lot about Islam.
But you're also like a 40-year-old man, like debating a child on religion.
Really actually impressive for someone his, I don't even know his age, but he was impressive. Which is the only reason why I was having a conversation with him about in the first place, because he wanted to hear about what I had to say about what was in the Bible. All you see is a 30-second clip where everybody says I told him he was going to hell, which isn't at all what I told him in the first place. And I think anybody who misconstrues the clip and says that's what I said to him is disingenuous and dishonest. And I don't expect any, and it actually disheartens me to know that Christians look at that and say that to me as well. Because if you read the Bible and know the message of salvation, you know that's not what I said to that kid.
Okay, hey, that's why I'm here. I'm here listening, man. If you can see, I'm not passing any judgment on you. I didn't come in here. I'm just going by what you said. I'm just going by like
your claim to be a Christian.
Things I seen you say, right? Because like I also don't think it's cool dropping the N-bomb. I don't think it's cool saying the N-word while you have a character with a Bible on his side. Like, do you think that's
I've never said the N-word as a peanut, by the way.
You've never said it as a peanut.
I like how he clarifies as a peanut.
Never.
Okay. But you have said
The context in which I said it was talking about something completely different and about how you shouldn't say it. In the only context of when you would be able to say it is if you were like a history teacher or something. So it wasn't.
But why'd you have to say it though?
Because you're not a history teacher. You're a fucking streamer.
To explain okay. I mean, are we just gonna be? Like,
no, I'm not, bro. Man, I used to give people I used to give people the N-word pass, man. So I'm not gonna get on your grass for saying the N-word. Like, you know what I mean?
That's like going to ask a teacher, why did you have to read that word in the book? That was.
Dude, I love seeing Faithful Sheriff get this pressed. It's fucking funny as hell.
The N-word.
But why does a guy who is spreading the message of God have to? Why do if that's your main thing? Why do you have to even have that conversation about the N-word?
The context of that whole conversation happened about typing the word out on Twitter, and people were like freaking out. I typed it out. Like, oh, you shouldn't type it out even. Anyways.
Yes, sir.
That's the whole context of that whole conversation is explain to people like.
If you don't mind, I don't want to keep on calling you Peanut because I feel like that's kind of like, I know that's your thing, but like that's kind of like weird.
I'm like, not. Peanut actually isn't in my name. It's actually the Faithful Sheriff, so you could just call me Sheriff.
What was your name before you became the Faithful Sheriff?
My past life is dwindling in my mind as we.
Dude, why is he so weird about the fact that he was Dr. Witnesser? Why is he so like, oh no, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, come on, bro. Come on. We both know it was you. You got angry when he acknowledged when you acknowledged that clip of the whole like saying the Muslim kid was going to hell thing.
We speak.
Well, Chad, what was his past? Dr. Witnesser. Dr. Witnesser.
Anyways, hey, Mr. J.
Dude, I love how he's like, anyways. Like he's trying to move past it so much. Is the Dr. Witnesser channel still a thing? Like, if I look on YouTube, is it like still a thing? I wonder. I'm actually gonna check that real quick. I'm gonna check that. Probably not. I would imagine he probably did the same thing with his Burnt Peanut Twitter account. Dr. Witnesser. Is the channel still up? No, no. If he had the channel, it's no longer up, or he converted the burnt peanut channel into sorry, not the burnt peanut, the fucking faithful sheriff. He converted the Dr. Witnesser channel into the faithful sheriff channel. Okay. Massive rebrand on his part.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't sound like someone that is like genuinely.
You don't sound like a real Christian because you're criticizing me. You don't sound like a real Christian. Again, why is it suddenly like, oh, anyone who's a true Christian wouldn't criticize me. Anyone who's a true Christian wouldn't criticize me. If you're criticizing me, you're not a true Christian. You're just not. You're just not. I guess you could say that he wasn't faithful to his original name. You know, that's a nerdy John approved dad joke right there. Good, good one, Blue Jay.
Like, you sound like you're attacking me. You know what I mean? Like, as a Christian, you shouldn't have any problems with another Christian going into Fortnite telling kids or people or anybody about Jesus in Fortnite. You sound like you do have a problem with that, which is odd as someone who's claiming to be a Christian. And you seem to be focused on just attacking and not actually affirming your beliefs and like the, telling people about Jesus in games and being with the brother of Christ and talking about these things. You just sound like you're an antagonist in the situation. Why is that?
Why is that? Well, I mean, I just find it hypocritical. That's why I prefer if you had no problem with other religions telling your kids about their beliefs, then I would be like, hey, he has no problem with it. I just find it hypocritical that other people can't tell your kids about their belief, but you can tell other people's kids about your belief. I find that hypocritical, me personally.
Have you read the Bible?
Yeah. But tell me what you're gonna say.
Front to back.
Oh man, you got me there, man. You read it. You read it front to back.
Like every page, every chapter, every book.
Oh man. Okay, y'all. You know what? You beat me there, man. Tell me.
Do you know that God hates idolatry?
Yeah.
Do you know what idolatry is?
You fat fart. Fart nut. Hey, K-Huck, hope you're having a good Easter. Hope you're having a good Easter. Tell me, did you and Mr. Huck hide did you, Mr. Huck, hide all the eggs? Is little Huck trying to find all of them now throughout the house as we speak? Oh, Linus Tech Tips. Oh, Linus Tech Tips in a fucking situation. I'm just seeing some of my topic suggestions stuff. Yeah, but Fartnut, he got interviewed by Gideon, and now because Gideon criticized him, magically Gideon is not a real Christian. Because, if you criticize this guy, that magically means you're not a real Christian. Now, Little Huck doesn't believe anymore. Ah, man. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Well, hey, even when I stopped believing in the Easter Bunny, we still did the fucking Easter egg hunt. Hey, tell me. I hope she got a good Easter basket at least.
Yeah.
What is it?
Idolatry is putting other gods before him.
Okay. So do you know as a Christian man, you claim to be?
Okay.
Do you know
You claim to be.
Bible, God's word teaches us that there are no other gods but him.
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, this is the funny thing. Jews, Christians, and Muslims all believe in the same God. They all believe in the same God. The issue comes with their messenger. That's why Islam, Christianity, and Judaism are all considered Abrahamic. They all believe in God. They all believe in Abraham. their style of worship, how they go about said worship, and who they believe the Messiah is different. But if we go down to the core, they all believe in the same God.
So, do you recall lots of prophets and kings and whatnot in the Bible taking down the idols and burning them, trashing the statues of the false gods and everything, right?
Oh yeah, but now my question is, were they going into kids' rooms? Were they going into kids' rooms, breaking their?
Wait a minute.
Idols, telling kids, "Hey, your idols are false," or were they going to their parents?
This is what I have a big problem with you. Is like you claim to be a Christian, but you have a problem with like.
You claim to be a Christian.
You know, telling. You seem to be like. You seem to be a major hypocrite, like championing, trying to toggle both sides of the aisle for some reason. Like,
well, here, you know what? I think there is no other God besides. Here, let me. I think there's no other God besides Jesus Christ. I think that Jesus Christ is the only way, the truth, and the light. The only way to see eternal life is through Him.
Okay. So why would you have a problem with me having a problem with somebody else teaching my kid a different religion other than Christianity?
Because you should, instead of going for their kids, you should go for the parents.
The answer should have been, I don't.
But Gideon's not wrong though, because if you convert the parents, right, the parents will then teach their kids like a parent should.
That's what the answer should have been.
What I do? Okay, so are you only talking about the Bible? Are you only talking about the Bible to kids? Aren't you also telling kids that they should become ICE agents?
No.
You're telling me?
Yes. Wait, is there not a recent clip of him doing that?
You've never told a kid that he should be an ICE agent. Please tell me you've never said that.
There's a clip of me asking a kid what he wanted to do for when he grew up, and he said, I wanted to be SWAT or join the fire department. And I said, hey, maybe you could join ICE.
So didn't you just say you never told a kid that he should become an ICE agent? Didn't you literally?
I told him I did not say you should become an ICE agent. I said maybe he could join ICE. That's
is that not the fuck? You see, and this is the thing with people like this. If you don't get them on the exact wording of what they said, you just paraphrase what they said, then you're lying. They never did that. Even though those two sentences are fucking identical. Because you didn't exactly say what he said, it's false.
What is the difference between maybe that's okay? Please explain the difference of okay. How about this?
It's a suggestion. Hello, there's the difference.
Both are you suggesting? But both in both sentences you are suggesting.
That's a suggestion, not me telling him he should join ICE. That's a suggestion.
So if I suggest you to do something, right? Is that not me telling you should do that?
No, because that's telling versus suggestion. Are you kidding me right now?
Okay. So hey, okay, and this is like totally this is just a make believe scenario. But
hey, you're going.
Let's say you came to me and like Dr. Witnesser came to me and said, "Hey, should I jump off this bridge? Hey, I want to jump off this bridge." And I said, "Hey, Dr. Witnesser, you should jump off that bridge." Am I not encouraging you to jump off that bridge?
Encouraging is different from telling someone to do it.
So me agreeing with your statement of, hey, I want to do it.
Agreeing with somebody.
Oh my god, dude, Gideon is fucking owning this guy. Gideon's owning him. I can't believe the faithful sheriff doesn't leave at this point. He stays in for like another 40 minutes.
them to do something.
And listen, a SWAT agent is completely different than an ICE agent.
Okay.
So you went totally left field. The kid said he wanted to be a SWAT agent, and you said, oh, that's a good one. You know what, actually? You should be an ICE agent. So you gave him a totally different career path.
How is that a problem? They're both police agencies.
This is the point that I'm getting at, man. This is the point. So you're talking, especially now.
ICE is bad.
Well, I guess that's like, someone says, "Oh, I want to be a detective and I want to like solve crimes," and you go, "Well, you should join FBI."
Don't join ICE. ICE is bad.
This is the point that I was trying to make about the ICE stuff. You're talking to. I mean, that kid sounded like he was 7 or 8.
I don't know. It was funny.
Yeah, I know you. That's why you posted it because it was a funny clip for you. But I'm just saying,
it was funny, and I think
you're telling. And I blame the parents first off. I blame the parents first off because they shouldn't be allowing their kids on there because they never know who their kids are going to talk to. But what I'm saying is, you're not just on there trying to tell kids about the Bible. You're also trying to give them career paths that their parents might not agree with.
No. Asking people what they do for a living is a way to get your foot in the door to be more personable instead of just going at them right away with the Bible stuff.
But a kid doesn't do anything for a living.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's like, okay, what would you do? What would you want to do for a living? What kind of job would you want to have?
So I guess so there's never going to be a situation in the future where you're going to be like, you know what? Hey, I'm going to just I'm going to try to go for, older teens and young adults and older and try to teach them the word. Is there never a possibility of that happening?
What my problem with you is that you think, are you with the crowd? See, this is why you sound like such a disingenuous Christian right now.
Yes, sir.
Is you are with the crowd do you think I target? Like,
did I ever say that I chat?
That's
if
what you're
anybody can ever say. Did anybody ever say?
Because you're like, is there ever going to be a time where you did you not know that everybody of all ages play Fortnite? And I already told you the reason why I started with Fortnite is because I was good at the game. I was already familiar with it. I have actually...
Dude, he was an epic gamer, you see. He was an epic gamer, and he just wanted to be part... Dude, he wanted to be part of the esports team for Fortnite. He wanted to be the next phase member.
Done this same
Did I ever tell you to get off of Fortnite?
In Call of Duty, in Arc Raiders, in Apex Legends, in Battlefield, and the reason why I keep coming back to Fortnite is because
hey, you're not good at Fortnite. I just saw you playing, man. Like
he's like, you're trash. You're trash at Fortnite, buddy. You're trash.
You got fried up pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. You're not good at Fortnite, man.
Okay, thanks for that. And so all these games have a wide variety of audiences, but Fortnite seems to get on people's nerves when I do it in Fortnite. And I just keep coming back.
Because Fortnite's a kid's game. Fortnite overall is played by kids, man.
Because as long as people are pissed off at me telling people about Jesus in Fortnite, I'm just going to keep on doing it. Because that means...
He's going for the whole thing of like, he wants to be hip with the kids. He really does. He wants to be hip with the children. He's hoping for like the whole like, oh, all publicity is good publicity, right? But like the thing is, like with that sort of like mentality when it comes to it, right? Like for example, like Jake Paul had to do more and more outlandish stuff in order to get noticed, right? Eventually, right, people are just gonna get tired of the same old of like, oh, he's okay, it's just the guy who's talking to kids on YouTube, or not on YouTube, sorry, on Fortnite. Eventually they'll get tired of him, and then like a lot of people are talking about him now, but like the reality is he's eventually going to get less and less attention when it comes to this. So eventually it will get to a point where he'll drop off again, right? Like I'm sure after that initial viral clip of him saying that the Muslim kid was going to hell, I'm sure his Dr. Witnesser persona got a lot of attention, a lot of viewers. But then eventually it dipped. I mean, like, for example, like, I never heard of this guy until people started making fun of him recently as the faithful sheriff, right? I didn't know him as Dr. Witnesser. But there's going to be a time when people eventually just forget about him, and then he's going to, like, jump on to, like, whatever the next streamer is. I noticed too that usually he copies, it's not just popular streamers, he copies what like men around his age do. Like Dr. Disrespect is around his age. I think Burnt Peanut might be younger or older. I know his face got leaked. I'm not going to be showing that. But I think he's like late 20s, early 30s, maybe mid 30s at most. Like the Burnt Peanut is like an adult. So the question is, who's gonna be like the next like 30-year-old man he's gonna like try to copy?
Peyton is riled up and he hates it.
I never.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm just saying, if you wouldn't want someone doing it to your kids,
I'm just saying you don't.
Why would you do it?
You don't sound. You don't sound very.
I'm just the type of guy where I don't like hypocritical stuff. I don't like that.
It's not hypocritical. If you're a Christian, you would know exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing and agree with it. And
okay, so not even just in Christianity, but okay. So let's say the kid's Mormon. Let's say the kid's Mormon.
Critical.
Let's say the kid's Mormon, and you tell him Mormonism is false, right? Right. So that's in the Christian faith, but you're like, no, man, sure. you can't be Mormon. No, like, so now it's like when you start getting into sex.
I don't think I've ever told anybody, let alone a kid, that no, you can't be what you are. I've never said that.
So if a kid said he was Buddhist, so if a kid said he was Buddhist or Muslim, you didn't.
That's not how you approach evangelizing to somebody. You don't just say, "Oh, what you believe in is wrong. That's wrong. You shouldn't be that." Like, that's not how you approach people. That's not how you evangelize. If you watched any of my content, you know I've never said that to anybody.
So the Muslim kid that you told, if he dies in his sin right now, he's gonna go to hell.
I didn't say if you die in your sin right now, you're gonna go to hell. I did not say that. You're
I swear that's literally what you told me earlier. Can you please tell me again?
I said it.
Oop, hopefully he doesn't copy Dr. Disrespect too much there. Oh, let's hope not. Let's hope not.
If you were to die in your sins today, you would be sentenced to hell. That's not you're going. That's
Wait, what is the difference between if you die in your sins, you're going to hell, or if you're dying in your sins, what is the difference? What is the difference between the two?
I told you, being sentenced to somewhere doesn't mean you're going. The sentence is there for everybody. But
okay, I agree.
Jesus steps in and takes the punishment that you deserve for you.
But would Jesus take that punishment if they don't believe in him?
No.
Exactly.
They don't believe in him.
Exactly. So if someone doesn't believe in Jesus,
he's going to go to hell. So yeah, if Jesus doesn't step in to take the punishment, then he's going to hell. This semantical ass bullshit argument is fucking insane. It's fucking funny as shit.
Again, you're being disingenuous. I was disingenuous. I was telling the kid the gospel message. I was explaining to him the whole thing.
Okay, he asked you, hey, explain Christianity.
And then after that clip, I continued to tell him what it means. Like, Jesus takes your sin, takes the punishment for you, and then you're saved, yada yada. That's what you guys all go off for like 30 seconds of a clip. And I just got done explaining to you 10 minutes ago that I was telling him the gospel message.
How old are you? How old are you, Dr. Witnesser?
You as a Christian
should know that.
How old are you, Dr. Witnesser?
It's not my name.
That's not my name. I am the faithful sheriff. You will not address me as Dr. Witnesser. I am the faithful sheriff. He's so ass mad when you acknowledge his old name. He's so fucking ass mad about it. It's like, unironically, it's like those fucking it's like those VTubers who like retire their old character and they have like a new character, right? And they get ass mad when you refer to them as their old character. Dude, he's so mad. He's so pissed off. Dude, it's so funny. When he moves away from the Dr. Witnesser persona, people finally acknowledge him as Dr. Witnesser. He must be so fucking mad. He's so pissed. They finally acknowledge his greatness when it's too late.
Name.
My bad. How old are you, faithful sheriff?
And you, as a Christian, should not have a problem with me talking to anybody about Jesus in a game. The fact that
Dr.
you're sitting here grilling...
Dr. Witnesser, Dr. Witnesser.
Hey, the fact that you're
Today is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in that. Witness me. Well, Kanga. Turns out, the faithful sheriff is a Seventh-day Adventist, so he doesn't believe that Sunday is the Lord's day. Saturday is the Lord's day, in fact.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not one of those 8-year-old boys you're talking to right now. You can't,
Hey, one of those 8-year-old boys you're talking to.
You like that.
No. I am not an 8-year-old. I am a grown man. You can actually...
Dude, I need that as a soundbite. I ain't no 8-year-old. I think I'm gonna make that into a soundbite. I'm being honest. I think I'm gonna make that into a soundbite.
Actually, have a conversation with me.
Let me finish my conversation, or let me finish my sentence. Then.
Okay, finish your sentence.
You cannot sit here and claim to be a Christian and grilling me the way you are and acting the way you are. Okay, you, sir, are the most disingenuous hypocrite.
Did anyone ever play Soul Calibur? Nightmare said, "Witness me." No, honestly, I have not played Soul Calibur. I've been wanting to, but I've never gotten the chance to. Is there a Soul Calibur game for like PS5, PS4? If there is, I might get it.
Critical Christian.
Listen, I'm just aware of Soul Calibur due to the main character having some big melons, you know?
I've talked to you in a while. Like I said, if you are truly a Christian, you wouldn't have any problem with me telling anybody about the gospel message. Anytime, no matter what religion they are, no matter where they are, no matter what they are, no matter how old, doesn't matter. Because you know, if you read the Bible, that we're supposed to tell everybody. And Jesus himself even says, "Suffer to me these little ones." Come, like the disciples were like pushing them away. He's like, "No, leave these kids. Get out here, kids." And the Jesus is like, "No, bring them. If you can't believe like one of these little children, you won't be in heaven."
But you know what the difference with those kids?
And he says, if you cause one of these little ones to be hurt, it'd be better if a millstone would be tied around your neck and you'd be thrown into the lake. If you have a problem with me talking to a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 16-year-old about Jesus in Fortnite, in which their parents...
Well, I have a problem with you talking to 6 and 7-year-olds. That's what I have.
Listen, you shouldn't.
Okay, can I talk?
If I don't know. Oh, wait, was I? Oh, wait, am I? Oh, it's my, wait, F, I don't know. Oh, okay, you're back. I haven't played since my first one was the Dreamcast. I'm an old head. Yeah, I know it started out on the Dreamcast. I mean, everything's good on my end. Am I buffering? If you can, refresh the stream. Because it's everything's good on my end.
Can I say something?
How is there a problem with talking to a 6-year-old about how Jesus, that goes to Sunday school, by the way, that Jesus died for sins and Jesus loves them? Do you have a problem with another Christian telling somebody that?
A 6-year-old that has no relation to you, and a 6-year-old that shouldn't be able to talk to you, So their parents are at
Well,
fault
what about
first.
those people in Sunday school then?
Don't worry, Kanga. You are still younger than John. I am 24, damn it. I am 24.
But you know, you said Sunday school, right? So who brought their kid to Sunday school? Did the kids just teleport there? Were the kids just walking by and someone grabbed the kid and said, "Hey, come into this classroom and listen"? And you brought up the I'll help you let me talk. So you brought up the kids that Jesus told to stay, right? Did those kids not come to them? What kids? You know what? If kids are coming to you asking you about the Bible, that's a whole different story. But with you playing a game and getting matched up, so this is just
old man John. You're pointing the finger at me. You're pointing the fucking finger at me. How fucking dare you, Blue Jay? How fucking dare you?
You guys up. No relation at all. There wasn't any thing they were typing in like, who is Jesus Christ? They just wanted to play a game. They got matched up with you. You asked them, hey, do you have a microphone? Hey, do you have a microphone? And you get them to put on their microphone to talk to you. And then you start talking about the gospel to them when they're 6 or 7 years old and their parents don't know what's going on. But you wouldn't want the same thing to happen to your children. I don't see how you don't see that as hypocritical.
If it's a Christian doing it to my kid, I wouldn't have a problem. But to your point is their parents dropped them off in the game of Fortnite and allowed them to be in voice chat.
So because they're playing, because probably their parents.
Dude, you're playing Fortnite. You're just asking to get preached to. You're just asking for it. dude, he takes the match in Fortnite as yes.
Parent is not tech savvy, doesn't know how it works.
Oh, so you're gonna blame the parent? Okay, got it.
No, I blame the parent.
If I'm a couple months younger than you, you thought I was 38. That means you're 39. Blue Jay, I've acknowledged my mistake. I acknowledged my mistake in thinking that you were older than me. I acknowledged it.
To begin with, I said the parent should know about this.
But you're like, well, the parent shouldn't, instead of like, no, I agreed with you at the beginning of this that kids that young should not be in voice chat in the first place. But if their parent is going to allow them to be in Fortnite in voice chat, and I talk to them,
well, right, well, okay, but like, if you hold the belief, right? If you are one of those people that hold the belief that kids shouldn't be shouldn't be on voice chat, that like kids that young shouldn't be on voice chat, right? Then why do you then decide to talk to that kid? It's sort of like you're almost 40. How does that feel? I am not 40. I am not almost 40. Not yet. But again, to make a serious point, if you hold the belief that kids that young shouldn't be in voice chats, when you see a kid in voice chat, as the adult, then you should mute them and not talk to them. Quite frankly, it's that simple. You should mute them, not talk to them, and stick to your beliefs. The fact that you're like, oh, well, even though I say that these kids this young shouldn't be talking in voice chat, now that I see it happening, I'm going to take this opportunity to talk to them. Like, no.
By the way, if they're really that young, if they really are 6 or 7, I rarely talk to them about.
Bro, I heard some kids that sounded young.
Okay, and
the way he
if I talk to them
young
about Jesus, you still have a problem with that. Okay, great Christian, by the way. Good job. But anyways, lately I've been not talking to them much about anything if they're that young. I've talked to someone who claimed to be 4 And I was like, okay, why is a 4-year-old on Fortnite? And I just had fun with him. I didn't talk to him about anything. I just played with him because it was like, okay, this is.
Were you still talking to them
about Fortnite game stuff? What? So what? They're in voice chat. Why don't we just be silent because he's sitting there talking to me? I'm just
bro. You have your chat with you. Why do you have to talk? Why do you have to talk to them to begin with if they're that young?
See, this is what I'm saying.
No, I'm just asking. It's not even about Jesus. It's not even about Jesus. Why do you have to talk? I've never called you a predator.
You're such a fake Christian, bro.
I've never called you, bro. This is just me genuinely asking,
guys.
Why do you have to?
This guy is such a fake Christian. It's not even funny. You are such a fake.
Dude, I love how like he can't target Gideon on anything else. It's just like, oh yeah. You wish you were young, old man John. I'm being bullied. I'm being bullied by the mean women in my community. I'm being bullied.
Okay, here. Bro, why do you not repent? Why do you not want to talk to me? Why don't you want to talk to me, man?
You need to repent. Okay,
dude, you need to repent. You criticized me, so you need to repent. What the fuck? You're back already? Oh my god, I'm getting one guide right now from Blue Jay. What the fuck? Why are you doing this to me, Blue Jay? What have I ever done to you?
In front of the 5 in my age.
You need to rethink yourself, bro. You are not a.
Here, how about this? How about here, faithful sheriff, faithful sheriff. Can I say something? How about this, man?
I'm actually wondering, I wonder if anyone like, do you guys feel comfortable with ED Peanut? Bruh, he hit him with, I wouldn't be talking to you if I thought you were a bad guy. And then he ate it right up, cinema. Oh my god, wait. Gene talked to him like it's a pedo catch. Fake Burt Peanut is crazy. Dude got called out as a predator. Then he changes his name, deletes all the videos where his face is shown, and then conceals his identity behind a VTuber persona. If the allegations were false, why do all of that? Oh. You know what you did? Dude, hell have no fury. Hell have no fury, like a woman scorned. What the fuck?
I try my best to be there. You know, I catch guys all the time. Listen, man, they're dogging you on social media. Is it okay if I go with you on Fortnite to just show that, you know, hey, nothing's going weird with him? Can I do that? Would you be down to do that? Did he leave? Dang, he left. Dang.
But, dude, that's fucking funny as shit. Okay, so, like, the whole thing isn't the interview. Oh my god, here are some old clips.
Bro, a 4-year-old knows more about the Bible than this dude. That is crazy. He's mad about a 4-year-old's answer.
Dr. Winterser, bringing the gospel to gamers.
Y'all said good.
Why? Don't you know who Jesus is?
Yes.
Who's he?
It's God's son.
Right.
Boom.
He's God's son. Oh my god, dude. But no, I've had a lot of fun this episode. It was and I hope you guys in chat had fun too. I think Blue Jay had her fill of fun. Fuck, calling me an old man and shit. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you call me an old man? How dare you do that? But guys, I just want to thank the members of the channel. First off, we have Pigeon Salad, Super Nerd 3, going further beyond with his support for 27 months, was 32 months in total as a member. Then we have Super Nerd 1, and we actually have 2 new members. We have Idiot King, we have Holly Mac, we have Daniel, we have Weird Collar Guy, we have Beryl, Cool Anime Girls, Wookie Z, Pickin' the Swede, Lady Nerd Artist, K-Huck, and Manic. Guys, I want to say Thank you. Never gonna let you live that down. You're never gonna let me live it down, no. But seriously, thank you all for watching the show today. I've had a lot of fun. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications, so that way you can catch us live every Sunday, and then we usually have a second. Oh, well, technically Sunday is the second show, but the first show of the week is usually between days like Tuesday or Thursday. It depends on my days off. But see you all later. This is Nerdy John signing out.